I feel an aching when you step into my body, in my mind. And when I fall into the dark, you always haunt me, open wide. But who are we to call each other selfish lovers? We all need someone. Who are we to call each other selfish lovers?
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first ever Academy Gaming Weekly Overwatch Tournament. I'm Storm, and I am your solo caster for today. Unfortunately, I had a couple casters lined up. Kind of fell through, unfortunately, so I will be doing this alone. Just 3 series, so it's not going to be too much coming your way, but it should be exciting nonetheless. A little bit of a background on what we're doing here today. 16-team tournament. There's a buzzing sound once again. Every time. This happens every time. Give me a second, guys. Let me see if this works. This happens every time. Let me know if it's better now. Happens every time. I don't even know why. I don't know what the reason is. 16-team tournament that we have today. We are going to be doing both semifinals and the finals. I'm going to go ahead and explain how the point system works in a matter of moments. You can use exclamation point brackets if you want to check out the brackets for yourself. Our first one will be between Radioactive, top 4 team that played in the Overwatch beta tournament that I ran. We had 32 teams for that. They got top 4. Second team will be Far From Grid. They didn't play in the first one, I don't think. I think a couple of their guys did play in a team in the first one, perhaps, but I can't exactly remember which place they got. So it should be a pretty exciting matchup. We do have a drafting phase that we're going to be using for the first one here. So, excuse me, for both semifinals here. So let's go ahead and take a look what we've got here in just a moment. We are going to go ahead and head over to that. Of course, this is a best of 3, so 3 maps are going to be used. We're going to be using OW Draft right now to go ahead and figure out which maps are going to be banned and which maps will be played. Is my mic not fixed yet? It's the same. Okay, let me go ahead and try to fix that again. Let me know if it's any better. My apologies on the mic situation. It looks like Far From Good is the first one that's going to be banning here in our semifinal. So they're just going to ban out the maps, get down to the bottom 3. How the point system works is this is actually suggested by Mitcher, I believe his name is. He works for the Overwatch department for Ghost U Gamers. He suggested this, and I'm going to try it out here today. Basically, if you successfully defend, you get a point. If you're successful on offense, you get a point. So if both teams are successful in defense, it's tied 1-1. You move to the second map. If both teams are successful in offense, the team with the better time, it gets the second point, 2-1, and then you'll move on to the second map. So it's a little bit like stopwatch, but it's not so anticlimactic to where the fact... Can you fix your voice? Okay, it works. Okay, good to hear that. Thanks, guys. It looks like the first 2 maps that are banned out here in Ubani by Far From Good Radioactive are going to take care of Ilios. Definitely King of the Hill. Definitely not one of the more sought-out game modes in competitive play here. Of course, this isn't like top tier by any means, but you know, these are 2 teams that made it to the both teams obviously making it to the semifinals here in our first tournament. It looks like the next one will be Route 66 taken down from Far From Good. Oh man, Lijiang Tower. Taken away from taken away from Radioactive there. So they're going to ban both King of the Hill maps right away. Still have Nepal up for grabs, as that seems to be somewhat, not necessarily a super popular map by any means, but it's definitely more popular than Ilios. Volskaya taken away there from Far From Good, as we are getting down to the final few maps right now. And it looks like, taking a look at the bracket here, our second semifinal will be Bold Purpose Gaming up against Rising Once More. We actually had a team, Nightwatch, who is, I believe they're Were they top 20 or top 30? I can't exactly remember, on the Gosu Gamers ranking list. Unfortunately, they had to drop out tonight, but next week they'll be here, so that's some exciting, pretty exciting, I think. And Nepal taken away by Radioactive, of course. So getting rid of all 3 of those King of the Hill maps. Dorado from Far From Good now, down to the 5 remaining maps. We'll have to see what's going to be taken away. What we're going to have here, Hollywood I'm expecting, Kings Row as well. Those are definitely 2 popular maps. We'll have to see if we're going to have either of those, or both of them rather. Gibraltar taken away now, 1 more remaining here. I have to see which it's going to be from Far From Good. As I mentioned earlier, Radioactive, top 4 team in our open beta tournament. And it looks like Hanamira is going to be taken away. So our map pool will be Temple of Anubis, Hollywood, and Kings Row. Now just going to be deciding the map order. First one banned will be the 3rd map, if applicable. Let's go ahead and make sure I get all the teams, or all the players rather, in the custom game. And it looks like Temple Anubis will be the 3rd map played. Kings Row going to be 2nd. Hollywood will be the 1st map we will have here. So that will be the first one on dock over to Kings Row. And then, of course, to Temple of Anubis. So I got to go ahead and jot that down for myself. We're going to have Hollywood, Kings Row, and Temple. So our first one, Hollywood, definitely a very popular one. I'm excited to see this. We are just getting the guys in the match right now in the custom arena. Get this underway now. To kind of reiterate while we wait for these guys. So if both teams are successful on defense, or if you are just successful on defense, you get a single point. So it's kind of like, so there's no reason to never not try, I have to say. So basically, if you're successful in offense, you get a point. Both teams successful in offense, they get a point. And the team with the faster time. So you do have to pay attention to time. Obviously, if you're up more than 2 points after the 2nd game, you can't get more than 2 points in a single game. So looks like both teams already here are going to hop right into the game. Looks like one of the guys needs to restart. So we will head back out now while we wait on these guys. He's going to restart his computer. A few things, guys, if you're just joining us right now, welcome to the AG Weekly, first one ever. I believe, can we bet on this game? You can use my Revlo bot to bet, but I'm not going to bring that into contention just yet. Basically, next week, I'm going to start the Matcherino page. I have had multiple teams tell me that they would be interested in putting some money into the Matcherino page. I know that's been used in a lot of Gosu Gamers tournaments before, so I'm going to be using that. That means players, teams, even you guys will be able to donate to the prize pool if you wish to. You don't have to, so there could be $0 in the prize pool one week, and there could be $100 in the prize pool next week. That's split 60-40, so that will start next week. This week it's just going to be nothing at all, kind of pride. Seeding as well will be random for a few weeks until we kind of get a gist of where teams are if they continue to participate. But you guys can, of course, sign up as well. Our sign-ups for next week are actually open. You can sign up right below the stream there, battlefy.com/academy-gaming. Get signed up for that next week. The first 16 teams who sign up are the first 16 who are guaranteed a spot as long as they check in. Just be sure to read the rules. So it's kind of first come, first serve in a way. So pretty exciting stuff. I do want to give a shout out to Overwatch-teamup.com. They helped advertise my tournament a little bit. We got 26 signups tonight. I think 26 signups. Freaking amazing, to be quite honest. So Overwatch, I've got their logo below. You can't really read the text. So Overwatch-teamup.com. If you guys are looking for a team, looking for individuals, head over to that website. It's a pretty awesome website. You can even Google just Overwatch Team Up. Anyhow, Crisis is back in the lobby here. Let's head back into the game. Let's see if these guys are ready to go in our first semifinal tonight. Checking if they are ready to go. Will it be? Oh, I have the wrong teams here. Over on the blue, that will be Radioactive. Over on the red, we will be having Far From Good. Looks like both teams are ready to go. In our first ever Academy Gaming tournament. Pretty exciting. Like I said, I had a couple guys lined up to commentate with me, but fortunately just kind of fell through, which is okay. I mean, this is the first one here, but if I'm not mistaken, if Radioactive happened to drop this set, the guy, their Mercy healer, is actually going to be joining me. He's commentated Guild Wars 2 with me as well. But if you are new to my stream, if you're new to Academy Gaming, I run amateur tournaments in the Guild Wars 2 scene. I've ran about over 100 of them if you include our EU tournaments. So that, along with the Pro League scene, definitely a lot of experience in the esports with Guild Wars 2. But taking a look at Radioactive, Crisis is going to be on the Bastion. Genyan looks like he's going to be popping off the Symmetra here. Voids on the Junkrat. Ovi taking the Reinhardt healer with the Mercy and Easy Perfection, taking the Kree. So pretty strong composition here. Genyan, of course, going to be using that portal once he's able to get it up for his teammates here. Pretty good map for it. That's quite the walk, to be quite honest. And I'm doubting we're going to see the 6 Symmetras, because that does not look like something you want to walk into. But unfortunately for them, Radioactive won't be walking in there. So kind of funny. Just messing around right here. Have to see what they're actually going to go with. There it is. Kenny taking the Lucio. Prox with the Winston. Chicken Waffle on the McCree. Anthony Wall and Reinhardt. Sevar taking out the defensive Widow here. Looking for some pickoffs. Not a whole lot that Radioactive is going to be able to do to deal with him. So right away, I kind of want to take a look at what his primary target will be for the most part. Looks like he's just trying to tear down that shield. Looking for the snipe. Gets Genyan right there. Genyan just walks right out for the shield. Not sure what he was hoping to do. Maybe to try to get some of those turrets down in different buildings. Should have been there before the game started. He just gets picked off. Pretty good snipe coming out from him. Got the Bastion setting up. Looking for a kill, perhaps. He's got to back off. This is a pretty aggressive push coming out from these guys. As Prox looking to perhaps get amped up now and make a bit of a push onto the back line. We see those Symmetra turrets kind of lined up. They're going to hurt him if he gets in there, but now we have Widowmaker as well. Looking for a couple pickoffs for himself. He's actually just trying to get through that shield. Look at the pick. Oh, man. Able to pick off Voids. Is going to go up top. Look for the kill now onto the Bastion. Takes out the Sentry turret. Of course, it's not a huge pickup, but trying to do what he can right now. Looking for the Mercy as well. Mercy almost being picked off. Able to get to his teammate. We have Prox off the board. So is Anthony Wall. That's going to be a couple down. Healer and Easy Perfection taken down, as well as Genyan now. And that's going to be a couple guys off the board for both these teams. Still not able to make a huge aggressive push for the side of Far From Good now. Is Radioactive managing to hold on right here. Christ is still on the Bastion. Look at this vantage point. He's just sitting up on that elevator right there. He needs to heal up. I'm very surprised Ovi isn't going to sit up here with him, perhaps, as that could be an easy pickoff for Sevar, but Sevar getting kind of low right there. See who his next target is. Looking for that Bastion once again. Just trying to quick snipe. It is going to pick off Crisis right there. This is 2 kills on Ovi. They're also able to pick off Healer, as we saw Chicken Waffle Idichu able to take down Genyan. He did swap to that 76 a bit ago. There goes Easy Perfection. That is probably going to be the first point in favor of Far From Good. They're looking really strong, very poised to take this first point. And it looks like they are going to contest it as Crisis moves over to the Zarya now. Do have that Mercy res coming out there from Healer. He's immediately taken down. And there's the first cap coming out from Far From Good. Got 2 ultimates. Kenny, Prox, and Anthony Wall. They all have theirs available right now. Have to see. I mean, this is look, they've got 4 ultimates, almost 5. Sevar is going to have the Infrasight up in a few seconds now. They've got a very aggressive composition here, especially with that 76. Just going to sit behind that Reinhardt shield. Look for an aggressive push. Void's actually swapped over to the Genji now, looking to deal with Sevar, who will have that Infrasight, so he will be able to deal with him for a little bit now. Easy Perfection, of course, with the Deadeye. There's the Break It Down coming out on the side of Kenny. They are looking to make a push. There's the High Noon coming out there for Easy Perfection, if I'm not mistaken. No, he didn't drop it. It looks like that was from Chicken Waffle. Now we have Easy looking for the kill of Kenny and able to almost pick him off. Doesn't quite get him right there. Now we have four off the board. 5 guys off the board here for Radioactive. Void's the only one remaining. Forced into the back line, and that's going to be an easy cap, I think, on the side of Far From Good. They're just tearing apart Radioactive. We did see Easy Perfection use his ult. He didn't really have a good spot. Just went in the back line to get Kenny Kenny obviously is, you know, being the sacrificial person for his team. That's okay, as they are going to be able to get the second point. Nice charge. Good Winston ult, looking for some backline pressure onto the Zarya, looking for the, looking for the McCree now. McCree able to take down 76. Winston forced back to the payload, but that will be 6 minutes on the board right here. As Far From Good looking poised to take this game number 1. Crisis off the map. Ganyan going to be taken down very low. It looks like he did make that swap, of course, to the Lucio from Symmetra. Of course, Symmetra not having a crazy amount of usage at this stage of the game. Mainly used for that early stage and trying to get his team back into the fray of things. And it looks like, oh, the snipe on the Voids right there. Just getting taken down. There is no answer that these guys have for that Widowmaker. They need to get Ovi into the back line. They've got to get him on top of that Widowmaker, but there's no place for him to go. Trying to do the same with Voids, but Voids isn't able to get their back. Oh man, it looks like Ovi's taken down as well. Easy Perfection does have his ult available. Will we see him drop behind? Looking for a stun onto Winston, not picking it up. Looking for the kill, doesn't even land much of the Fan of the Hammer onto the Reinhardt. They also put Ovi back onto the Reinhardt themselves, and it looks like Nice almost picking up the kill, picks up the kill onto Prox, but gets sniped out there by Sivar. The second kill on to Genian coming out there as well. Here's the High Noon. Is he going to land anything? Doesn't look like that comes through. Reinhardt going to get the charge, picks off Ovi there as well. Excellent charge coming out there from Anthony. Nice res from Healer, but is it going to be enough? Nice. Oh man, the Graviton Surge coming out there from Crisis. Going to pull a few guys in, able to pick off Voids, picks off 3 guys. He's in Perfection with the kill onto Sivar for the first time this game. Looks like Radioactive finally making a successful hold. Prox needs to be careful, doesn't want to be staggered from the rest of his team now. Easy Perfection looking for something onto Anthony. Does have that Deadeye available, so if he wants to drop behind him, he very well could, but it looks like Sivar's looking for something. We saw it flew up in the air now. Does have that Infra Sight, going to be able to help him. Oh my god, the kill on the Voids right there. What a shot coming out there from Sivar. He's picking these guys apart. There's the kill on the Healer as well. Looking for the kill onto the Lucio. Almost picks off Gaming. Gets so close. Picks him up right there. Sivar is going off. That's going to probably be a game number 1. That will be a point. Almost. Void's actually going to get back into this one, trying to stall this, but it will be a point in favor of Far From Good. Looking so strong in that first game. What a play. What a bunch of plays coming out from those guys. They'll swap sides now. Have to see who's going to be able to come out on top in this second one. Excellent plays coming out there. Sivar just taking it to him, guys. We will be swapping sides now. It will be a 1-0 in favor of Far From Good. Move on to defense. 6:02 is the match time. So we'll have to see if Radioactive is able to match that, or if they will fall short. We'll have to... I mean, so basically how this works, guys, if you are just joining us, if you win on offense, you get a point. If you win on defense, you get a point. If both teams win on offense, the quicker time gets the second point. So it's somewhat like stopwatch, but there's a little more flexibility around it. It's not so anticlimactic to where you just end the game abruptly. So there is a little bit of a comeback potential in that sense. Anyhow, it looks like Radioactive here going to be bringing out pretty much a triple tank right now. It looks like they're going to be bringing Voids and Ovi both on the Winston. Easy Perfection. They may be relying a little bit too much on his damage. I just want to see how they're going to be able to deal with Sivar. As for Far From Good, they've got Prox on that Junkrat. Oh, Chicken Waffle bringing out the Torbjorn, man. Idachu going to be taking the McCree. So they've got a pretty good poke composition right now. Torbjorn actually going to set up his turret right here. Sometimes you see that on the elevator, but this is also a very good vantage point. This could be very difficult to get around to. Curious to see how Radioactive is going to actually make a push right now. If they're just going to attempt to farm out their ultimates and then make a push with double Winston using Primal Rage. That's definitely possible. Definitely probably looking for Crisis with the Graviton Surge. That's a very strong combination with some of these guys. Actually, it's not actually that strong, I would say. They don't have a whole lot to follow up on it with. Winston auto attacks are not that strong. Easy Perfection is about the only thing they could really follow up on it with. But if Anthony All has his shield up at that time, there's really not a lot they can do on that. So I'm curious to see how they're going to follow up on that. Crisis is actually getting right around. They're going super aggressive right now. Already got the Winstons on the point. It's exactly how they need to be playing this competition. Crisis looking for that turret. And Radioactive looking super good right now. Already taking down a couple guys. It looks like we actually just saw Anthony All able to take down Crisis. So Crisis is going to be forced back now. And Radioactive forced off of the whole entire node. They made a very aggressive push. Fell a little bit short right there. That turret really not doing a whole lot with them for that Torbjorn. They're just trying to farm out the ults, and it looks like the Junkrat doing a lot of damage right now, taking out Ovi. Ovi's going to be eliminated by Sevar, excuse me, as well. Easy Perfection taking out Anthony All. I just want to see what Sevar is going to be doing. Looking for the picks now at this very high vantage point. There's not a whole lot that Radioactive can do a lot about this, aside from shields. There's no one that can get to him this high. Looking for the kill now onto Crisis. Almost picks him off. Looking for this Lucio as well. Ganyan almost getting picked off. No, Crisis trying to use his gun AoE attack to get on top of him. This is just such a good point for this Widowmaker now. I'm trying to get the Winston on top of him, but Ovi just eliminated there. Sevar looking for the kill. Healer immediately taken down with that res. Able to get a couple of guys back into the fight, but that's a 4-man wipe for Radioactive. Make it a 5-man wipe. Easy Perfection, the only guy remaining now, and he is not looking in a good spot whatsoever to be able to take anyone down. So another successful hold on the side of Far From Good. As Radioactive regroup once again. They've got 4 ultimates available for themselves. There's Infrasight, that's available as well. Don't really need it this time. Okay, they are going to pop that one. Look for any guys coming through the back as Void's actually made the swap to the... Oh my goodness, Sevar taking down 2 of them right there. There is the Graviton Surge coming out, but there's no follow-up. They don't have any of their damage to kill onto Ovi as well. Voids was taken out there. If anybody's going to be able to combo with that Graviton Surge, it's going to be Voids. I think that was a very poorly used Graviton Surge. I was trying to get on top of that Widowmaker, excuse me, but clearly falling a little short now. 2.5 remaining. Try and take this offensive push for Radioactive. Let's take a look at Voids. Who's going to be going for now? He's looking for the Widowmaker. Not going to find him just yet. Looking for him right here. Right in the back line. Gets the Mercy there. Gets the Widowmaker as well. Very good pickoffs coming out there from Voids. Gets the 2 people he needs to for his team to be able to get a push. They can't really make a push with that Widowmaker free farming them. And the healer. Kenny as well. And then there's the High Noon. It's Ovi. Chicken Waffle actually taking out Genyan, but it looks like this is still a fairly good push for Radioactive. Not a whole lot left remaining here. Oh, there's the tire. Oh, immediate tire kill coming out there from Ovi. Or excuse me, Voids. Almost have 2 points. There's the kill from Sevar, though. Got to get back onto him. And there's nice shield actually coming out from Crisis, but Healer going to be taking the guy on as well. Crisis is the only guy remaining now. He needs to get out. He's going to be taken down. And once again, Radioactive. They get 2/3 of the point, but still need to get the full tick. As it looks like a lot of people wanting the point of view on to Sevar here. Taking a look at this guy taking out Easy Perfection. He's just picking these guys off, tearing apart the damage on the side of Radioactive. They can't do a whole lot. Has the Genji on top of him, but just making good use of that mobility, and Void's failing to be able to take him out. Genyan gonna be... Oh my god, Genyan's gonna be taken out as well. That's gonna be 3 off the board now. Looking for the kill on the McCree. Oh man, he should not. That was he knows that this Widowmaker's looking for him. He's got to have that Reinhardt shield in front of him. If they doesn't have that Reinhardt shield in front of him, they are going to be picked off 100%. It's been proven to be that way in this game. Ovi going in with the charge. Not going to connect onto anybody. They're actually going to be able to take Ovi out there. As Proc's taking out Genyan in the back lines as well. Chicken Waffle actually did swap onto the 76 from the Torbjorn. They take down Healer, take down Crisis, and this looks like it's going to be a failed push for Radioactive. Got about one push remaining for him, and this is going to have to be it for them as Obi does have that shield up. Trying to make him. Oh, nice McCree stun coming out there from Idachu, able to take down Easy Perfection, and I'm not so sure they're going to be able to get on the point. It looks like Void's going for Sevar. Void's looks for him. Sevar managing to stay alive through the Dragon Blade now. Looking for the pick onto the Genji, but Genji actually taken out there by Prox, and that's going to be a 2-0 now for Far From Good. Moving over to our second map, which will be King's Row. All they will need to do is basically what we just saw from them. If they're going to be able to take the series, Chicken Waffle actually picking up the play of the game here. See how many turret kills he gets in this time. Oh man, that's actually excellent play. Not a lot of turret action actually going in there. As we will swap sides now in just a moment, once we move back to the lobby here and go back to King's Row, which will be our second map. Third map, if we go to it, will be, oh man, next match. Not exactly sure. It should be changed around. Hopefully it goes back to the lobby. Not sure what this is doing here. I might have messed up in the lobby settings. First tournament of launch now for myself. So nope, okay, it did go back. All right, good. It just made me wait. So we will change the setting here. Are going to be heading over to King's Row now. It's like Chicken Waffle needs to use the restroom here, but basically what we saw there was just the dismantling of Radioactive. Sevar picking guys off left and right. We saw one time where Void was able to deal with him. One time out of that entire push from Radioactive. They've got to get something else going. If they play the way they did in that last game, this is going to be an easy, clean sweep for Far From Good. Essentially how this will work is if Radioactive is able to muster up at least 1 point in King's Row, meaning they are successful on offense or successful on defense, we will definitely see a game number 3. If they are not, we will not see the game number 3. So it kind of all comes down to whether or not Radioactive is able to come out with a successful push in some way or another. As it is only possible to actually get 2 points in a single game. If you're down 4-0, you obviously can't come back in a single game. If you're down 3-1, you can pull off the 3-3 and push us to the King of the Hill. The map designated for King of the Hill here, I believe, is Nepal. It is Nepal here, so if it is all tied up 3-3 at the end of the series, we will move to Nepal to settle it out here. A reminder, guys, this is my second Overwatch tournament ever. The first one I did was during the beta. Second one right now, obviously. If you've got any suggestions, feedback, feel free to hit me up with the Twitch message if you happen to be a participant in tonight's tournament. I'm open to all suggestions for making the tournament better. I've ran over 100 Guild Wars 2 tournaments, so I've got a fairly good idea of what I'm doing, but obviously with this being a new game, I can't be exactly for sure what everybody wants to be able to do, so. Waiting on Radioactive, whether or not they are ready to go here. We will be swapping teams, like I said, swapping sides rather. Of course, Far From Good is up 2-0 here. Yeah, it looks like they are ready. Okay, so a bit of a reminder if you are just joining us. How the system works is if it includes stopwatch to an extent, but it doesn't make you actually stop playing the game every single time. There is potential for it, but not every single time. If you're both successful on offense, it grants you a point per successful capture or defense. So you'd be tied 1-1, right? The faster time will get the second point. So you'd be up 2-1. So looks like we are going to have Crisis is going to be on Bastion potentially. Curious to see how this pans out for him. Void's on the Junkrat. Crisis bringing out the bash, and we actually saw this from him on Hollywood. This is actually a fairly good map for it. This is a very tough point to get through at times unless you make a super aggressive push, which is pretty doable. This is probably the most balanced map in the game. It's one of the newest, one of the earliest, oldest maps in the game. So it's pretty good map all around. Looking forward to seeing how these teams do with it. I'm expecting Ovi to probably put the shield up in front of this Bastion. It's going to allow a little bit of leeway for Far From Good to get up towards this point now. Healer, of course, taking the Mercy. Easy Perfection on the McCree, Ovi with Reinhardt and Genyan taking the Symmetra. So basically the exact same comp we saw from them at the start of Hollywood. And that you actually swap. Oh, they have a Hanzo. Siva bringing out the Hanzo now. Said the Widowmaker. Probably looking to deal with that Bastion potentially. Just trying to spam some arrows up here. Of course, they do have the single support with Kenny on the Lucio now. Looking for the kill. Oh, does get picked off by Voids right there. Able to drop a couple bombs onto him. There is the... Oh, man. Looks like the Bastion is doing work right there. Able to take down the Winston. Of course, able to deal with the Winston's health pool fairly quickly now. Chicken Waffle coming off respawn. They're going to have to get a full regroup right here. They weren't able to get a whole lot of push out of that. They do have one of their guys in the back, though. As a Lucio. Trying to do what he can right now. Able to take down Voids. Crisis picks off Idachu. Looking for another pick off. Sivar actually moving over to the Widowmaker. Probably the better decision right here. I didn't really expect him to be able to get a whole lot of picks with the Hanzo. Looking for the stun. Able to pick off one of them. Genyan actually gets Anthony all. Trying to get rid of those shields here. Or those sentry turrets, rather. I'll have to see what his target's going to be. Looks for the Symmetra. Not able to quite take him off here. Looks like the Prox was able to finish that one off. Price is still on that Bastion. Is in the way far right corner there. Far left corner, rather. Look for people coming through this house. Iduchu. Okay, excuse me on the pronunciation of his name. Sivar still looking for some pickoffs. Does have that infra site available for himself. They do have a Pharah. Iduchu. Am I saying that correctly now? Iduchu is actually bringing out the Pharah here, so looking to really deal with that Bastion. Almost picks off the McCree. McCree's super low right here. He is going to be picked off by Iduchu. Looking for just the mass AoE damage. Looking for the Bastion now. Might be able to pick him off. Of course, still has the armor with the tank form now. Tank not able to get anything. Sivar actually picks off the healer. Nice, decent ultimate, I'd have to say, from the Reinhardt, but not enough to get the job done. They are going to be able to wipe up Radioactive. Easy Perfection getting the only guys remaining here. And they're not going to be able to get back to this in time. So, a bit of a slower push, I'd say, for Far From Good on this map than it was on Hollywood. They made a very fast push on Hollywood, but now looking for some aggression with the Pharah. Trying to take down that shield. Shield's taken down fairly quickly with the single Pharah. Sivar is right behind the shield. Looking for the pickoff. Picks off Easy Perfection right now. Looking for the second kill. And Zarya almost gets him. Looking for the Junkrat on the side. Junkrat getting a little aggressive now. Infrasight is out. Looking for him right here. Might be able to get him. He's going to go back around the side and look for this snipe right here. Is not going to get him right away. Almost being taken out. 80 HP remaining for Sivar. They are able to pick him off. They're getting Crisis and Voids as well. Ovi able to take down Chicken Waffle though. There's the barrage coming out from Iduchu. Looks like he was able to get Genyan off the board, but Crisis finishes him off. As we have the Winston popping out the Primal Rage, looking to harass that backline, get in on that healer and Easy Perfection, but now forced back to the payload as they continue to move this forward here. Looking fairly good still. 4:20 remaining on the clock for the second payload point. They've got their guys back into the mix now. Of course, Genyan early did swap from that Symmetra over to the Lucio here. We'll have to see. Crisis almost has his Graviton Surge available. He's going to be able to get a huge burst here if he so chooses to. There's the Resurrect coming out there from the healer, but he's going to be sniped off by Sevar. Sevar, excellent pick coming out from him. He was about to use that Graviton Surge. There's the High Noon coming out on the side of Iduchi. Excuse me, that was Chicken Waffle bringing out the High Noon. Able to snipe down a guy or two, able to take down a couple of them, but Easy Perfection comes back, picks off Iduchi as well. Kind of forced into this corridor, but not quite able to get a whole lot of ground with it. This is a very aggressive push from Radioactive. OV is way out in the open right now. It's a little overextended, I'd say. I'll have to see if he's going to be able to hold on to his position here. Idachu. Okay. Oh, there's a Graviton Surge coming out from these guys, but gets knocked down by the other. There's the ult coming out there from Ovi, able to wipe one of them, gets two of them. That's going to be a 3-man, 4-man, 5-man wipe on the side of Radioactive, who come through a clutch with that huge Graviton Surge from Crisis, who eventually got picked off in that fight, but definitely worth it in the end.
I am ready to revive you.
Looking for a regroup now. They've got Sevar. And with the Infrasight, so he's going to go back around. Tracer is actually picked up now for Idachu. Excuse me. Easy Perfection sniped off there. Nice Reinhardt ult coming out on the side of Far From Good. Looking for the kill on Junkrat. Snipes off Junkrat. Looks for the side against Crisis as well. Going back around the backside. Is going to get hit with that Junkrat trap, but not going to do enough to him. Should be a successful second capture here for Far From Good. Looking very poised to take this entire game right now. Radioactive definitely have a strong hold though. They did a very good job with that Graviton Surge. Crisis only at about 45% now. Have to see if he's able to get that back up for the next fight or not. His voice is off the map, so this is a 5v6 at this fight right here. No ultimates available on the side from Far From Good. We do have healer with his res. Easy Perfection does have the Deadeye available for himself. Sevar almost getting picked down there. Needs to be very careful. Able to get some heals from his teammates. Christ is starting to build that. OV does have his ultimate available as well. Is going to look for it, if I'm not mistaken. Did use it there, but I don't think he was quite able to land that on anybody. Idachu rather able to get a little bit of damage, but does eventually get picked off. Crisis with the 80% on the ultimate. Radioactive, a good job holding this point. Crisis nearly with 100 energy there, putting out a lot of damage. Does have that Graviton Surge available. There's a decent amount he's able to follow up on it with, but Ovi only about 40% on his ultimate. Not going to be able to land that, of course, if he uses Graviton Surge. Probably just trying to farm up their ults right now. Ovi a little overextended. Void's actually swapped over to... We actually saw it come out there. Is he going to be able to use it? Saw the break it down coming out on the side of Radioactive. Doesn't use the Graviton Surge just yet. Looking to fight without the Graviton Surge, and they're actually doing a very good job. We'll have to see if it's going to come out just yet. Nice res coming out there from healer. He might be taken down by Proxo. He will get taken down now. And Radioactive slowly falling into down, being down one by one now. Void's looking for a couple of pickoffs now, but looking very healthy on the side from Far From Good. They've got a close respawn right here. Chicken Waffle coming in. We'll have to see if Void's able to pick off this Kenny from the side. Looking for the kill here. Kenny able to sustain himself for the time being, but Radioactive still coming out with a successful hold once again. To have that Deadeye from Chicken Waffle. Sevar looking for a couple snipes now. Try to get through that shield. Idachu actually swapped over to the 76 as well. So not a whole lot of... it doesn't have that Pharah poke, of course. Still 76 does have decent poke. Able to get that shield down as well. Here comes Voids. Looking for the kill. Actually reflects one of the shots back onto Sevar. Doesn't quite eliminate him, though. 2 HP remaining for Sevar. Is he able to keep himself up? Looking for that kill now. Almost picks him off. Not quite. Needs some heals. There's the heal coming out there from healer. Sevar does have that Dragon Blade available if he wants to pop it out for himself, but Radioactive all forced back now. Danyan getting picked off by Chicken Waffle. So that's not very good. They're going to be losing a lot of sustain without him here, and this is going to be a very strong push for Far From Good. Zarya taken down as well. They're just funneling him one by one. This is not exactly what they needed. Void's taken out as well. That's going to be unfortunate. There's both of the sound barriers coming out there for the Lucios. Nice ultimate coming out from Anthony All, and that will be the end of this one if I'm not mistaken. No overtime needed for Far From Good, coming out with a 3-0 lead over Radioactive. I have to see what the time is as well onto this one. Play the game. Coming out here for Voids. Voids, that was a nice kill coming out. Triple kill with the Riptire. That's going to be a 9:02 timer. Coming out there for Far From Good.
Epic. I always hit my mark.
Going to be up 3-0 now. Radioactive must successfully capture this. If they do not, we will be moving over to the second semifinal. And Far From Good will be heading to the finals here. So Radioactive has to capture this. Does not matter. Actually, it does matter which time. So they actually have to capture this in under 9 minutes and 2 seconds. If they do not, it will be an automatic win on the side of Far From Good. Because if they capture this in less time than more time than Far From Good did, there's a tiebreaker point for the better time, which goes to Far From Good, which would put them up 4-1 in the series. You can only get 2 points from the second game, so Radioactive would be eliminated. If you are just joining me rather, as I am the solo caster for this event right here. At least for the time being. Healer might join me if they happen to lose this one. We'll have to see if he will. He's got good game knowledge, good insight on this, and it would be definitely nice to have a bit of a breather from talking here. But it happens to be Radioactive taking same composition they did before. Not showing much in terms of champion pool, or hero pool rather. Not playing League right now, hero pool. Well, we have seen a little bit of versatility on the side from Far From Good. We're going to have Anthony on that Reinhardt once again. Proc sticking to the Junkrat. Both teams finding a lot of use in that defensive Junkrat as we've seen thus far. Kenny is actually on the Mercy this time around. He was on Lucio the past couple times. They're actually going to take the double support with Chicken Waffle on the Lucio. Double support both teams right here. Fairly standard. Hidachu on the McCree and Sivar on that Widowmaker. Looking for some picks right away. We're going to take a look at what he's going to be doing. Looking for some kills onto Crisis with the Zarya. Of course, Crisis has a fairly high health pool, so he's not going to be able to one-shot him for the most part. Looks like Genji Voids is back. Oh man, actually takes a hit there. Gets a little bit of damage onto him, but doesn't quite finish him off. Look for the snipe. Trying to get down that wall, so it looks like the barrier is destroyed. This is a prime opportunity for Sivar to be able to get some work done, but does get taken down by Voids. This is excellent opportunity now on the side of Radioactive, who take down Anthony All as well. We saw that coming out there from Easy Perfection. Nice ultimate coming out there from Ovi. Going to be able to take down Kenny as well. That's going to be a huge wipe for Radioactive, who are going to eliminate all these guys. And Radioactive going to come out looking strong in this first part of this map now. Quicking, you know, they actually capped that over 1 minute and 20 seconds faster, if I'm not mistaken, than we actually saw from Far From Good. Got Sivar in that back, looking for Voids. Voids trying to get a little bit of work done. Actually gets sniped off with his remaining health points there. And now we will have Radioactive look for a bit of a regroup here. Sivar once again trying to walk through, pick off the shield. It's not looking too healthy anymore. Got 800 HP. There's a lot of damage on the side of Far From Good, who can be able to pick this off. Now Crisis bringing on the shield. Nice ultimate coming out there, able to pick him up. Anthony Wall looking for the kill into Ovi. Actually gets reverse stunned though. Ovi able to use his shift there and reverse pin him into the wall and pick off Anthony. Oh, that looked like it was an awesome opportunity on the side of Far From Good to be able to do something with it. Crisis kind of biffing his ultimate. Didn't do a whole lot with that Graviton Surge, but they're able to come out with a couple kills. Nice Resurrect coming out on the side of Kenny. Not going to be able to help out the Lucio. Lucio is taken down as well. Idachu looking for some damage. They're doing a good job of picking down the shield, but just not able to get the pickoffs they need in these fights. There's a lot of team combo damage coming out on the side of Radioactive, who are able to fall. Huge! Fan the hammer onto that Reinhardt, almost taking him down from a range. Nice pickoff coming out there from Sevar, who's now on fire, able to take down the support on the side of Radioactive. Look for the kill on the Crisis. They are going to finish off Crisis. The pick off once again on the easy perfection. Sevar coming out with a huge few snipes right there. Does have that infra sight. I believe that just timed out there. Now possibly looking for some backline picks. Ultimates, 5 ultimates available on the side of Far From Good, 4 on the side of Radioactive. This could be a huge fight. Voids looking for the reflect, but just outplayed there by Sevar. Nice Resurrect from Healer. Was it worth it onto the singular guy? I'm not so sure. Anthony All landing a pin onto Ovi isn't enough. There's the ultimate coming out there from Voids. Is he able to get some work done with it? Does get just swiped, batted away by Ovi. There's the Resurrect coming out from Healer. Able to pick down Ovi is Idachu, excuse me, and company. Holding off a successful hold despite that great res coming out there on the side of Radioactive. Gonna pick off Genian. Genian just very stray. If I'm Genian right there, I get back with my team. There's no reason to continue to hold them back in terms of time. They're on a time right here. There's an ultimate coming out there from Crisis. Are they able to follow up with it? Nice ultimate on the side of Ovi. They don't completely follow up with that Graviton Surge, but Voids wasn't even in the mix if I'm not mistaken. Now just getting batted away like a fly from that Reinhardt. Needs to be able to deal with Sevar. Sevar is actually off the map right here. Gets picked off by Easy Perfection in the back. Does get hit with that trap from Prox. Prox not really able to follow up with it. Looking for some poke damage now. Trying to pick off this random Strayer guy. Nice little burst onto Voids right here. Voids needs to be careful not to get hit by those Junkrat autos. Those can really hurt him right now. Sevar sniping from afar here. Actually not up high. He's just kind of on even level ground. There's to break it down. Coming out on the side of Far From Good. Looking for the picks onto the back. Looking for that healer. Crisis is actually taken down now. He knows somebody's back there. Looking for the kill on the Easy Perfection. Easy Perfection not really having a whole lot to do with him. He might be taken down. The Easy Perfection taken down by the Widow. Not even sniped out. Is going to snipe down Genin, who was just knocked down by Anthony. As Radioactive, once again, unsuccessful in their push. Far From Good continuing to push this payload back. Healer. Man, they can't do anything without this wall. If they don't have this wall up, Sevar is just going to pick them apart. We saw that in the first game. All game long. Void's now in the back line. Void's has to find a way to deal with this guy. If he can't, that may as well be game. And he's going to be taken down there. Sevar picking these guys apart. If I'm Radioactive right now, perhaps bring my own sniper. If they don't have somebody who can snipe, they've got to find a way to deal with him because they're not doing a good job whatsoever. They had a little bit of a push early on where Voids was able to get a pick off or two, but it just isn't enough when you're dealing with this guy in the second half of this map. This is great opportunity for Sevar to be able to pick up more kills. Easy Perfection going to be taken down as well. We got Kenny's ultimate available along with Idachu. Easy Perfection does have that Deadeye available if he wants to be able to use that, but it's not going to be the greatest place for him to use it necessarily. Sevar, Infrasight, available for himself. Knows somebody's potentially around that corner. Here's Voids coming out with the ultimate, looking for something with the Dragon Blade. Getting taken out 100 HP remaining. Doesn't even get any autos off with it. just kind of jumps up and down, gets killed. There's the high noon coming out there from Idachu. There's the pin down from Anthony, or excuse me, from Obi onto Anthony. He might be taking down the heals coming out there. Is going to be able to keep him alive for a little bit. There's the resurrect coming out on the side of Kenny. Excellent res coming out there from Kenny. Needed their tank back in that fight. Looking for the bashes. There's the Graviton Surge coming out there from Crisis, but huge follow-up coming out there. Oh my goodness. Anthony with the big plays killing Genyan, and Crisis pins him into the wall. Couldn't ask for a better play coming out from that Reinhardt. They were not able to do anything with that Graviton Surge because of that knockdown coming out from him. Sivar's been in this place all game long, looking for the snipes up top. Not able to get anything. We saw the sound barrier actually coming out there from Healer. Able to avoid some of that damage, but they're super low right here. Ovi will be picked off there. This guy is on fire, and they are not budging whatsoever. I'm fairly confident Radioactive might have one push left for him. Genyan actually already calls the GG as Far From Good, looking to take the 4-0 now. Going back to the base, as that will be Far From Good. Moving on to the Grand Finals, 4-0ing Radioactive. Have to see what this play of the game. Will it be Sivar? Will it be Anthony? Probably going to be Anthony here. No, Kenny with the massive res in here. At least we can only hope so. Yeah, two guys. Potentially three. It's just going to bring two guys up there for the play of the game. I'm actually very surprised it wasn't the Reinhardt play. Far From Good. At least going to claim second place, potentially first. Pretty good plays coming out from him overall. All these guys, congratulations to Far From Good. Excellent series on their end. And we will be moving over to the second semifinals. We are going to take a short break, guys. When I'm back, it'll be about a 5-minute break. When I'm back, I will be bringing you the second semifinal, followed by the finals. So stay tuned. Be back in just a few short minutes.
Raise your hands if you're ready for some cake!
Welcome back, everybody, to the AG Weekly #1 for Overwatch. We have our second series ready for you guys. It's going to be Bold Purpose Gaming up against Rise once again. We have our map selection about ready to go between these two teams. Let's head on over to the OW draft page. Take a look at what's going to be going down here. Looks like we'll have to see who's... Looks like the starting team will be Rising once again now. This is our semifinal. Excuse me, the team name is Rise Once More. Rising Once More. My apologies on the butchered name right there. Rising Once More. Butchered name, as always. Making mistakes right there. So we'll have to get that fixed. Actually, we'll have to get that fixed in the overlay here. Anyhow, just waiting on these guys to ready up with it. Rising Once More. Please. With the OW draft. Not exactly sure if they're actually in the lobby for it. Looks like there we are. Good to go. And taking a look at who's going to be banning first. It looks like Rising once more is going to be the first team to ban out a map here in this semifinal. Lijiang Tower, excuse me, being taken down first. We saw that in the last one. Radioactive actually took down all 3 of the King of the Hill maps right away. Looks like the second one going to be Hanamir taken down by Bold Purpose Gaming. Volskaya taken away from Rising once more. Narrowing it down to those 3 guys. Excuse me, I'm trying to make sure the teams are correct here in the lobby while these guys take away the maps. Ilios, second King of the Hill, going to be taken away by Bold Purpose. Take a look at this while I go ahead and make sure the teams are correct here. J. It's like, Voodoo is with these guys. Looks like the fifth one is going to be Dorado taken off by Rising once more. Nepal taking down all 3 of the King of the Hill maps. Going to be taken off. For both these teams swap. Okay, Jay and... There's going to be Nubani taken away by Rising once more. Excuse me, guys, for the pause. I'm trying to make sure the teams are correct right here. It's all sorts of confusing. Alright, there they are, good. Temple of Anubis taken bound by Bold Purpose. We see Route 66. So the 3 maps will be Watchpoint, Gibraltar, Hollywood, and Kings Row. probably going to be Hollywood and Kings Row, the first two. We saw that in the last one. Two of the most popular maps in the game, competitive-wise. Watchpoint Gibraltar, though. I'm interested to see how that's going to pan out for these teams. If they are able to get to it. If that happens to be the third map, rather. I want to see a different map come into play here, so we'll have to see. Team 1 banning, it actually times out. Kings Row is going to be the third map played, so we will definitely see Gibraltar for these guys. A different taste in maps here, and Hollywood will be the first one for them. So we are going to move over to Hollywood, our first match of the night for the semifinal. Let's head over to the game now as we have both teams ready to go. Get underway with our Hollywood and take a look at some of these strategies coming out for these guys. Looks like both teams are ready to go here, so we will start this up. In our second semifinal, the winner of this, of course, taking on a Far From Good in our grand final. That is still a best of 3, though. Watch out for the J Widow. We'll have to see. Apparently. Oh man, I do want to see the 6 Torbjorns. Please, let me see the 6 Torbjorns. Will you please do that for us? Oh, the team names are wrong. As I believe... Let me go ahead and get those fixed. Bold Purpose is Verbo. Bold Purpose is the red here. On the blue, that will be Rising once more. Defense is coming out here. It looks like AK. We're just going to call him AK. That's going to be a little bit of a little easier. The offensive okay, so they're just joking around right here. Take a look at the side of blue. The defense, Jay, will be on the Widowmaker. We're going to have TJ's on the McCree. Brewer taking the Symmetra Voodoo on the McCree. Sushiko with the Lucio, and Noje, of course, on the Reinhardt for these fellas. On the side of the red team, we'll have to see what they're actually going to bring out for themselves. The bracket will be exclamation point brackets. Alright, are they going to be using this? I think they are, so they are going to bring out the Mercy with the, take the McCree as well as Zarya, Farah, Reinhardt, and the Lucio. So they're going to go double tank, double offense, double support now. Going for a fairly standard team comp, I'd have to say. Symmetra Turret's a bit of a nuisance, not really going to do a lot to these guys. Jay on the Widowmaker, taking a look if he's going to be able to pick anybody off. If he's going to be as strong as the last Widowmaker we saw, we'll have to see. As we already have Brewer and Voodoo actually taken down. The snipe coming out onto Tay. Tay's just going to be eliminated. They're not going to have a whole lot to deal with this Widowmaker now as Farah's off the map. But there's so much aggression on the side of Bold Purpose that they're going to be able to go ahead and take this map fairly quickly. We actually saw Tsushiko able to get just obliterated there. There's nothing he was going to be able to do for quite some time. Verbo potentially looking for a swap here off the McCree. He was heading back. Perhaps he's just looking for a better point of attack. And that will be him swapping. Have to see what he's going to pick up. Going to pick up the Widowmaker. So looking for the offensive Widowmaker. Looking for something to deal with Jay. Jay is going to be such a pain to these guys. It's something Radioactive didn't actually have in the last game. They didn't have any answer to the Widowmaker. And now that they're going to bring their own Widowmaker, we'll have to see what he's going to be able to do with him. But still, Rising once more, losing that point fairly quickly. Sometimes, if you just lose that first team fight, you just give it up. Try your best to hold on during the payload part, which can be a bit of an easier hold, especially around the ending parts here. But it looks like Tay still is on that Farah. Verbo looking for a couple of these kills. Looking for the kill onto the offensive Farah, as we saw Voodoo, actually, excuse me, the defensive Voodoo, Farah. Voodoo went onto that, able to take him down. Looking for the kill of Widowmaker versus Widowmaker. Jay being sniped down by Verbo. And that's going to be a couple more guys out. There's the barrage coming out. And Bold Purpose Gaming looking so strong right here on Hollywood. They are just cruising along with the payload. There's not a whole lot that we've seen from these guys. Jay actually swapping over to the 76. Probably doesn't want to have to deal with Verbo. Verbo taking him down once. I'm very surprised that he actually didn't opt for it again, but there's not a whole lot he can do on Widowmaker in this last part. Really depends where he stands, and given the fact they have the Pharah and the Widowmaker, it's going to be very difficult for him to make some picks now. So they're going to try and make a hold right away now. Looking for some kills. Verbo is up top. There's the Rocket Barrage coming out there. Able to pick off a couple guys. We actually see the Resurrect coming out on the side of Brewer. Brewer needs to be careful. He's been taking a little bit of damage now. Loses a teammate in the process, but there's a few off the board as well for Bold Purpose Gaming. He gets taken down by Natsu. Natsu going ham with the Winston here. Primal Rage doing him well. Doing an excellent job of trying to pick off some of the backline guys for Rising once more. But Bold Purpose Gaming, so strong at the stage of the game. 7 minutes to get this last checkpoint. 7 minutes. That's so much time for these guys. And it does not look like Rising once more is going to be able to make too much of a hold. Nice stun coming out there from Tay. Tay going to take him off the map. Nice. Oh, man. Firefox coming out with a huge, huge ultimate. Just tearing these guys apart. They've got 4 off the map now. Voodoo did swap over to the Reaper as well. He's made a couple swaps this game, looking for answers, but coming up short still. Does shift away from that E coming out from the Reinhardt. Now trying to pick out Brewer. Going to be taken out. Jay taken out. It finally looks like Voodoo able to get out a kill for himself. No Jay looking for something as well. The McCree stun. Oh man, Tay coming up big with the flashbang and the fan the hammer. There's the high noon coming out from these guys. That's going to be a quick finish as Bold Purpose Gaming just tearing Rising once more apart. Brewer with the play of the game as the Mercy. Second time we've seen it. The play of the game come from the Mercy. Picks up 3 of his teammates. So unfortunately falling short in that one. That's going to be a 3:49 match time on Hollywood for Bold Purpose Gaming. Gonna go ahead and swap sides now. Bold Purpose going up 1-0 in the series. Go ahead and swap some of these things in just a moment now. We'll have to see if Bold Purpose is able to make a successful defense, or will we see Rising once more bring it to him here, as they just did in that last one. Swapping up the sides here. Could definitely be a quick 2-0. Of course, 3:49 is an incredibly fast time. That's going to be very difficult for these guys to try to beat. At the best case scenario, if I'm Rising once more right here after just getting torn apart there, best case scenario for us is to just successfully capture. It don't even need to push for the 3:49. You really don't need to push for it. It's going to be very difficult if you get out of the series down, or excuse me, out of this game down 2-1 after that. You're 100% okay with that. 100% okay with that if you ask me. Looking to get Symmetra out here, looking to get all 6 turrets up with those Lucios, of course. Trying their best to get those out early enough. See where he's going to place those. Most annoying spots as Symmetra.
Defenses in place.
Gets 4 of them down. Looks like their final composition will be Firefox on the Reinhardt. AK taking the Mercy, Natsu on the McCree. Timmy, of course, with the Symmetra. Verbo is going to take out the Widowmaker for himself, and Tay going to stick to the Reaper. Didn't see it from the last game. Looking forward to seeing some Reaper play from Tay here. Did an excellent job on the McCree. Sushiko is going to be taking the Lucio. Jay sticking to that Widowmaker. Voodoo on the McCree. Burr with the Mercy. TJ's taking the double McCree on the side of Rising once more. No Jay, of course, on the Reinhardt here. I really want to see what Jay's going to be able to do. Is he going to be able to pick off Verbo? Verbo kind of took it to him in the last one, but didn't have a whole lot of opportunity as we saw him swap. Looking where these guys are. Verbo, on the other hand, is looking for them as well. He's just going to go to the high ground. Does trigger his trap. Now looking for that Widowmaker. Looking to go. They're just strafing back and forth. Who's going to get the pick off? Oh man, he gets hit, and it looks like Jay is going to come out victorious in that duel. Even so, the rest of this team is going to remain strong at this point. Nice kill coming out from Voodoo. Teleporter is coming through clutch now for Bold Purpose Gaming, who are continuing to try to make a hold now, and it looks like the Widowmaker versus Widowmaker once again. And who's going to get the pick off? It looks like, oh man, Furbo now coming out on top this time around. There's the kill coming out onto Jay. Or excuse me, onto Sushiko and NoJ. He's going to be taken down as well. That's going to be a full wipe on the side of Rising once more. And Bold Purpose Gaming continuing to look strong here. And there goes the 349 time. There is no way a 349 will be coming out for Rising once more. So best case scenario now, they're going to go out of this one 2-1. If they're going to be successful in offense. They had a very good push in the last fight, but it just wasn't enough to be able to get through. That teleporter single-handedly saved this first point, and it looks like the Widowmaker coming out there, and it looks like Jay gonna come out victorious this time. There's the huge res coming out there. Oh man, what a res from Brewer. Does get taken down once again though. Kill on the Voodoo potentially coming out there. The double kill coming out from Natsu. He might get sniped off though. Jay is gonna pick him apart. Jay looking for AK. He's actually gonna be taken down. No teleporter is available though. And Firefox and company all trying to get back to the fighting point, but it doesn't look like we're going to have a successful offensive push on the side of Rising once more again. Verbo versus... Oh man, Jay actually swaps to the 76, so now they're really going to have to rely on Helix Rockets to try to get back to him, because this is going to be a very... and that shield, of course, from the Reinhardt. It's going to be a tough push. Ultimates on the side. Both Mercies, excuse me. AK does have his Mercy res. We'll have to see if it's going to come. There's the High Noon. Looking for the snipe. TJ is actually taking out Voodoo. Taking down as well. Brewer and NoJ all taking down Jay. And Sushiko Jay's actually eliminated as well. They're just waiting on Nushiko. Oh man, Sushiko taking down the 6-man wipe. And TJ's moving over to the Winston now. That's going to really apply a lot of pressure to this Widowmaker. He needs to be extremely careful. Looking for a snipe. Oh, does get a hit onto him, but not able to take him out. Voodoo does, doesn't land the stun over the shield there. Reinhardt charge not going to follow up onto anything. Does have the High Noon available to him if he's going to be able to pop it out. Firefox taken down. It looks like Tay is taken down as well. Getting the turrets. Nice stun. Doesn't follow up on too much of it. Trying to take it out. Does get just smashed apart by Firefox right there. And another successful hold from Bold Purpose Gaming. I say Rising once more has another 1, maybe 2 push is right here. It's going to be very difficult for them to make a very strong second push. They would definitely be funneling it at this point. They're just going to have to make a very quick one. They still do have that Deadeye available. They Brewer with his res as well, so they are going to look for it. They're going to go all the way around the back. Excellent push behind the capture point right here. Looking for the Mercy kill. Nice knockdown. It looks like TJ will be taken down. Voodoo gets knocked down as well. There's kills coming out all onto the red team right now. High Noon does come out on the side of the red team. Doesn't really follow up on anything. Or excuse me, blue team. Natsu taken down there. And I think that we're having another successful hold on the side of Bold Purpose Gaming. That man, Ring Around the Rose, he's definitely right there. Rising once more. It was a good decision. I think that was definitely a good flank. I just weren't able to follow up onto it. We had the healer go down almost immediately, but just not able to follow up too much onto it. This is probably the last push. Nice pin down coming out there from the Reinhardt onto NoJ. NoJ is going to be taken down. This could be another successful defense. Excellent res coming out there on the side of Brewer, but Brewer is going to be taken down himself. The hammer swept him. There's too much Sushiko taken down. There goes Novak, or NoJ rather. He's going to be taken down, and that's going to be a quick 2-0 as Bold Purpose Gaming going to go up in this set. That definitely has to be play the game right there. I didn't see any other plays from these guys that could have been it, the play of the game. It's going to be a 2-0 for Bold Purpose Gaming. Moving on to Watch Point Gibraltar. Natsu coming out with it. Must be a High Noon. Weren't able to catch. Does have it available. Yeah, this was it. Nice plays coming out from them. They got the res there, but just eliminated them too fast. The healer was taken down almost immediately following that res. Bull Purpose Gaming looking poised for this series here. Potentially, if they do pull off the 2-0 in the next set, or the 2-1 with faster time, if I'm not mistaken, they will move on to the finals to take on Far From Good. We'll be swapping sides rather once again. So we move over to the map selection screen and move to Watchpoint Gibraltar for the second map. So overall right there, Bold Purpose Gaming just so much more aggressive. We saw the Winston swap from Rising once more, trying to deal with the Widowmaker. Wasn't able to really get into the back line, unfortunately, which kind of ended up hurting them. Looks like we have the ready up from Bold Purpose and from the other team. So both teams ready to go here. Right away on to Watchpoint Gibraltar. First time seeing this map tonight. If you guys are just joining us, it's Academy Gaming Weekly number 1. I'm solo casting tonight as I had 2 casters bail on me, unfortunately. They were not able to make it out tonight. I was actually supposed to have Healer join me, but he might have hopped off. It would be nice to get him with me for the finals at least, so I'll have to ask him during the break if he's interested in helping me out there. Anyhow, how the scoring works, if you are just joining us. The scoring works if you're successful on defense, you get a point. If you're successful on offense, you get a point. If both teams are successful in offense, the quicker time gets the second point. So it would be 2-1 in that game. Taking a look at the side of Rising once more. It looks like No J on the Reinhardt once again. TJ's and Voodoo both taking the McCree. Jay is on that Widowmaker. Excellent map for the Widowmaker. Sushiko taking the Mercy and Brewer on the Symmetra. Saw this from them last time here. At least some variants of it. Looking to get a couple pickoffs. Something about this map is he can definitely get flanked fairly hard from that right side, his right side. If Natsu is able to get to him fairly quick. Or Trey. Trey is actually taking the Genji, perhaps. Oh man, are we going to see a Diva come out here from Firefox? No, he's going to take the Winston. Going to the double Winston. This is definitely a good counter to that to get to that Widowmaker. They've also got Verbo on the Pharah and the Genji. So this is a lot to be able to deal with that Widowmaker. We'll have to see if they're going to be able to get to him or not. With the double Winston. And he's going to go right into the back line. Looking for the kill onto Jay. Sushiko is actually taken down fairly low. He's going to be taken down. He was looking for it. Actually gets taken down a little bit. Almost getting down. Does take out Jay. This is going to be a prime opportunity for these guys to be able to pick someone off. And now it looks like Voodoo getting ticked down by the Genji here. Genji looking fairly poised to be able... Oh man, nice little snipe coming out there from TJ. He's going to take down Tay and hold their defense. Fairly successful right here. Jay actually swaps over to the Reaper right here. Okay, I'm curious. That's definitely probably the better move for them because they've got the double Winston, so there's not a whole lot he's going to be able to do about that. Nice pin down coming out there from the Reinhardt. Looks to get down one of the Winstons. Does pick him off, but gets killed in the process now with that Reaper. There's the Resurrect coming out onto the other Winston on the side of Bold Purpose Gaming. Jay looking for a couple shots. Really not able to do a lot from this distance right now. They were just kind of forced to give up that first kind of point. Oftentimes you kind of see that just after that first fight. If it doesn't go so well, you just give up that first point. It's a very hard choke to kind of get into. And it looks like excellent charge coming out there from the Reinhardt. Nice follow-up onto the stun. Looking for the kill into Natsu, but he gets taken out himself. Natsu able to finish the deal there. TJ's in the back line looking for the Genji. Genji able to skirmish around him, juke and jive, and it looks like they will be able to pick off Timmy. Timmy taken down in another successful hold for Rising once more.
My ultimate is ready.
Ultimate's available on the side of Rising once more. They do have the High Noon, do have that Resurrect as well. Resurrect almost available on the side of Bold Purpose Gaming.
Hold up now.
Is going to have that Tay, of course, with that with that Dragon Blade, is going to be able to pop that out for himself. Looking for something with it. Is he going to be able to pick up any kills? Picks up TJ. Looking for the second. Gets Sushiko. Gets Jay as well. Slicing and dicing right on through right there. And a very good push for Bold Purpose Gaming. Here's the High Noon coming out for these guys. Able to land the kill onto Brewer with that High Noon. Voodoo actually eliminated there, and it looks like Brewer taken down as well, so they're going to lose the Symmetra. Brewer swaps over to Lucio at this point, probably the better thing to do on the defense. Really not a whole lot of ground for him to make up. Voodoo is going to get back into the mix, looking for a hold now. Do have that Mercy Res and the Sound Barrier available on the side of Bold Purpose Gaming, so they can make quite the push if they want to. Excellent knockdown coming out there from the Reinhardt. We see the Sound Barrier coming out on the side of Ryzen once more. Actually, that was on the side of Bold Purpose Gaming. Able to take down 3 on the side of Ryzen once more. That's going to be another one. Excellent, Reinhardt coming out there on Firefox. He's taken down as well, and it looks like in the end, Bold Purpose Gaming are going to make this successful push with the Resurrect coming out there from AK. AK following up big with that Resurrect. It didn't look like they were going to be able to make too much of a push. Coming out with a huge one. Sushiko got taken away too early on in that fight. Wasn't able to follow up with his. Jay does have his Reaper ultimate available as well. If he's going to be able to pop that in this kind of corridor. Probably an excellent spot to be able to do it if he wants to drop down from somewhere. Perhaps the back. But of course the Widowmaker is still going strong for Verbo. Actually saw the High Noon taking down 4 guys on the side of Natsu, coming out huge with that one. As it looks like that's going to be a 5-man wipe for Rise once more. We're going to see Verbo looking for a couple pickoffs here. In this back kind of spot. Good vantage point for him. Looking for the Lucio. Might be able to pick him off. There's the Dragon Blade coming out for the Genji. There's the Resurrect actually on the side of, I believe that was Rise once more. They do actually swap Jay back to the Widowmaker. He's going to be able to pick off their Widowmaker. That would be Verbo. And that's going to be a 6-man wipe from that mix. Actually, 5-man wipe is Natsu is still going strong in the back room there. And Bold Purpose Gaming continuing to push this payload. Verbo versus Jay once more here. Who's going to come out on top? You see him around the corner there, looking for the snipe. Does have that infra sight available. It's just going to drop that. Looking for the kill onto the Widowmaker right away now. They're going after each other, trying to land it. There's a Sound Barrier actually coming out on the side of Blue. That'd be Rising once more. Looking for the stun onto Firefox. I don't actually thought he landed that one. He didn't land that stun there, but does get taken out by Tay. Tay comes through with the slice. It's going to be able to take him down fairly quick. Firefox does have that ultimate available. AAK with his Resurrect as well. There's a Resurrect on the side of Sushiko. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to follow up with that. No J does oh man, is going to try and hammer it down. Does get interrupted there. Is going to use it. Going to get onto Natsu. Natsu take down the AK. Oh my goodness, what a play from NoJ. NoJ coming out with a triple kill. The defensive Sound Barrier actually coming out on the side of Bold Purpose Gaming. And they are not going to be able to follow up a whole lot with that. What an ultimate on the side. Man, NoJ is going to town. They've still got 3 ultimates as well. Voodoo does have that High Noon. Still got the Resurrect and Sound Barrier. So if we do see a push from Bold Purpose Gaming, as long as Mercy is able to stay alive, they should be able to hold. Or excuse me, Rising once more. There's the Sound Barrier actually coming out from Rising once more. They do have that Resurrect. Does misses the stun onto the Reinhardt. Now Verbo getting picked off a little bit by the McCree. We got the Genji in the back as well. Looking for to do something. Almost has his Dragon Blade available. Is going to be forced into the back though. Not going to be able to really do a whole lot with it. And still, they managed to hold on to the Resurrect. We're yet to see Bold Purpose Gaming have a successful push in this last kind of part. We saw them very, very fast time. 3:49 I think it was on Hollywood. But this time around, Watchpoint Gibraltar a little bit harder for him. This last kind of push is very difficult to kind of get through. And we've seen time after time here, Rising once more, continuing to holding on. They still have Sushiko's res. Anything goes wrong, he can definitely... Oh man, both of the Reinhardts coming out there with their ultimates. Natsu coming out there with the High Noon, not going to actually land it, if I'm not mistaken. Got taken down by the Reinhardt before that came through. And No resurrect from Tsushiko. He was taken down too early as Bold Purpose Gaming coming out strong in that team fight. Finally winning the first team fight of this kind of last part of the map here. But they'll have to win another one if they want to be successful. TJ's looking for the aggression on the side of Bold Purpose. Looking to get in that back line potentially. Nice knockdown. Does get a couple of them there. As we see him in the backline, look for the Mercy. The Mercy does get the resurrect onto his teammates. What a huge red from AK. He's going to get multiple guys back up into the fight. Actually able to knock off the Reinhardt. He's taken out as well. Firefox taken down here. As we see AK and Tsushiko, both the Mercies off the board. And we will have Bold Purpose Gaming not getting this point just yet. They still have 3 minutes available to him. Genji getting hit with the flashbang. Going to be taken down by the McCree. Voodoo looking very strong in that last fight. Still have 3 minutes to get this last couple of meters. Definitely a difficult spot for them to kind of get around. They've got Jay just sitting up here looking for these guys. They're not going to be able to turn the corner without Firefox's shield up. And if they don't have that up, they're just going to be picked off. We've seen how good Jay is with these pickoffs. There's not a whole lot that Bold Purpose is going to be able to do about him aside from Tay. Potentially a high noon as well if he gets kind of greedy. There's the sound barrier coming out on the side of the red team. There's the high noon as well. We see the knockdown as we have the Genji coming out with the Dragon Blade, looking for a couple kills, able to pick up a couple of them. Looks for the McCree as well. McCree, he's not going to be lasting too long. Lands the flashbang. That's going to be the end of Rising once more. We're going to be seeing Bold Purpose Gaming come out with the successful capture. Very strong ending from Bold Purpose. Looked a little weak during midway through that game, in the sense they had some failed pushes. Rising once more, definitely looking very strong in this corridor right here. Here's the high noon. Gets 3 of them, 4 of them actually. Picks off Jay at the end as well. Now Rising once more must come out with, that's an 8:47 capture time. Rising more must come out with an 8:47 or better if they want to move to a game number 3. If they just capture this, it will be, it will be Bold Purpose Gaming moving on to the finals. Change these overlays up really quick. Get the correct score on the board now. Gonna have to have that 8:47 or better. If they do not, it will be a 4-1 win for Bold Purpose Gaming. If Rising once more is successful, otherwise it could just be a very well could be just a 4-0 for them. And moving on to take a far from good. But, of course, you know, Rising once more looked really solid throughout most of that game. If they're able to keep that up, they could very well take this game. Verbo is on the Widowmaker here, AK. Taking out the Mercy. They're going to take the double Winston. I feel like that's a pretty aggressive defensive composition. The double Winston on the defense. Timmy on the Lucio Tay, sticking to the Reaper here. TJ's with the McCree. Jay is on that Widowmaker, so looking for some pickoffs. But that double Winston should be able to deal with him fairly handedly. Not revealing their picks just yet, hanging back. They don't know they've got the double Winston. Double McCree on the side of Rising once more as well. Timmy saying hi to his mom. Hi Timmy's mom if you happen to be watching. Double Winston. Gonna be revealing their picks right here. Are they just gonna kind of hang back? Not gonna go too aggressive. Gonna try and shield off Verbo. Gonna use that double shield for themselves. So they're just gonna let them have some of this first point now. Gonna play very passively with this double Winston. And possibly just giving them the first checkpoint. That's definitely something you do see in higher tiers of play. And they'll just give him this first checkpoint and kind of move back to a better defensive standpoint, which is way back here, especially for the Widowmaker for the most part. Tay looking for something around the corner, perhaps. McCree will come around this corner in a matter of moments. There he's going to be, so he's just going to drop down now. There's the first checkpoint on the side of Rising once more. Look for a couple pickoffs. We are going to see TJ's looking for something right now. Looking for potentially that Winston. Is going to get... Oh, man. Uses his fan the hammer right into the Winston shield. Not able to do a whole lot with it. Tay actually taken down there by... Excuse me. Tay taking down Jay. We're going to see a bit of a skirmish in this little corridor. It does have the high noon for his team. Looking to make a push. We actually see Tay taking him down now. Tay doing an excellent job. Reaper coming out with a huge kill. Does have his ultimate. Is going to use it. Does get interrupted immediately, though, by Voodoo. Voodoo not going to have any of that in it. There goes AK with the res. No J actually sniped down by Verbo. Verbo picking up Brewer as well. There's the Infrasight coming out from him. Looking for that Widowmaker. Maker just around the corner now. Jay does get sniped out by Verbo. Verbo, excellent awareness there. Use that Infrasight, I think, for the last kind of half of that. Knew exactly where Jay was at. Successful defense by Bold Purpose Gaming. As Rising once more need to capture this in 8:47 or better. We will let them, however, play out the entire map. Not going to take away from any of these guys' playtime, as these are very good matches between these two teams. There's the sound barrier coming out on the side of the defense. Bold Purpose Gaming got both of the Winstons in the back line. There's the sound barrier actually coming out there for Rising once more. The hammer down coming out on the side of this Bold Purpose. High noon from TJ does actually get interrupted. Not able to use that high noon. He's going to be eliminated by Natsu. Natsu will go down. Jay, a lot of damage coming out from his Reaper right here. Just going to town onto these guys. Looking for the Winston. Dakes down Firefox. Gonna look for the res. The Resurrection actually comes out on the side of Rising once more as Brewer gets taken down immediately following that Resurrect. Tay taken down by the Reaper. Jay doing an excellent job sticking on top of these guys with that powerful pressure. Blue, though, not going to be giving up this point just yet. Verbo looking for the snipe onto the Reapers now, who are just around this point. There's the Reaper ultimate coming out there on the side of Jay, who's taken down by Natsu. Tay has his available in just a few seconds. He will have it available. This is an excellent opportunity. He's going to drop it right now. There's the sound barrier, though, coming out there for Rising once more. He's going to be taken out by No J, who is going to slam him into the wall. Oh, my goodness. Boy, he picks up 3 kills regardless. Look at Natsu going to town. Natsu just picking these guys apart right here. That Reaper ultimate set it up for him. And he just shuts Rising once more down. Tay actually swapping over from the Reaper. Moving to Genji. Potentially looking for the McCrees. Looking to reflect that flashbang combo. We'll have to see if they're going to be able to follow up on it, as they're just being kind of sneaky right now. Gonna move in through this. This is the sound barrier on the side of the blue team. Here's the High Noon. High Noon actually gets interrupted, gets shot down. TJ's gets eliminated, looking for the kill. The Genji is going to town, who takes down Noj as well. Firefox picks up a couple kills for his team, and there's the Resurrect on the side of AK, just trying to make sure that he can keep his team on the defensive here. As Bold Purpose Gaming yet to give up this second point. And Verbo using the Infrasight now right now. And all 6 of them on the side of Rising once more. Grouped up. Looking to get back in the same spot they were before, but it feels like Bold Purpose knows this is coming. They did this last time, and it looks like Tay actually going to go back around the side. Looking for the kill onto Jay. Jay almost getting taken down there. There's the High Noon. Does get reflected. Voodoo just gets reflected. Voodoo taken down there. Tay going to town. No one really dealing with him. We actually have now the Zenyatta on the side of Tsushiko. He's taking down Tsushiko. There's the Dragon Blade. Gets immediately trashed, though, by the Reaper from Brewer. And I think we will have the successful push coming out here from Bold Purpose, or excuse me, from Rising once more. Oh man, Primal Rage actually coming out from these Winstons. Firefox using Primal Rage. They're not going to give it up just yet. We actually see the second Primal Rage coming out there from Natsu. There's the, oh man, TJ following up with a 100-0 with that Deadeye onto the Winston. Just charged that up for so long right there. And Tay needs to be super careful. That was an excellent play. Excellent source of combo of plays coming out there from Rising Once More. Coming out on top in that fight. Able to get a successful push. But this is a very tough spot to get through this next part. They got 3 minutes to do just that. We'll have to see if Bold Purpose Gaming are able to follow up on the last couple of team fights that they were fairly successful in, but that last one just didn't really feel like they were all there in that fight. Going on top of this fight, looking for the kill onto that Widowmaker. Oh man, had too much to deal with. Brewer was right on top of him. Jay now looking for the kills onto the Resurrect. We actually saw that. Look for the Lucio now. Look for the Genji. Got that Widowmaker back. Verbo finally taking him down. Wasn't looking for him too much for him to toy with. Despite that, they lose 4 guys as AK was down, Natsu was down, Firefox is even off respawn. They might actually give up this point here. DJ does have that high noon up in a matter of seconds. I'll have to see if he's going to be able to charge that up for this next fight that's going to be coming in, as these guys are going to drop down. They're not going to give this nice flashbang coming out, able to eliminate the Firefox. We actually see the Genji ultimate coming through as well. Looking for the slice and dice, kills Natsu, if I'm not mistaken. Actually picks the kill up on the Voodoo. See Transcendence come out there from the Zenyatta, really not able to follow up on a whole lot of it, and that's going to be the wipe onto Bold Purpose Gaming. A successful push once again for Rising once more. Still 0.43 meters from getting this node, or getting this checkpoint here, and they're actually just powering through. They don't want to give this up. They're trying to hold this off as long as they can. They're going to funnel right into this. Timmy taken down, Natsu taken down by Noje. Noje looking for the 3rd kill onto the Reinhardt. He's going to probably follow up on the charge to him in just a matter of moments. No, going to get the help from McCree. Going to take down Firefox as well. That's going to be a successful capture onto that payload checkpoint. And now they've got 3 minutes and 30 seconds to get to the end now. Even so, Bold Purpose Gaming more than likely moving on to the grand finals here, as it has definitely been at least 8 minutes now, and it doesn't look like Rising Once More is going to be able to follow up on this. They had a very strong defense, but unless we see a very quick capture here, Bold Purpose Gaming will not have to play on that 3rd map. Look at the snipe, picks off Jay. Just a knockdown coming out from the Reinhardt. Not really able to follow up on it, just too much. Oh man, Brewer coming out there with the Reaper ultimate. Able to pick off one of them. Gets Verbo, but Natsu follows right through with a couple kills onto the McCree. Transcendence from the Zenyatta, trying to keep his teammates up into this fight now. McCree looking for the kill onto the enemy Reinhardt. Noje is getting super low right here. Looking for the kill onto Winston as well. Rising once more, continuing to push that payload fairly strong. They've got the Winston just in the front line right now, trying to get back to this Genji as well. Dragon Blade available. He's actually going to be taken down. Noje, oh man, Noje going to fly right off the map there with the shift, with the pin down. There's the Genji ultimate. He's just eliminated immediately, and that's going to be Rising once more come through with the victory on this map. Have to see if they beat the 849. If they do 847 rather. Have to see the play of the game first off here. Rising once more, their first successful capture in this series. Excellent push at the end. They looked much stronger on Watchpoint Gibraltar than they did on Hollywood. Hollywood was all Bold Purpose Gaming. They just went to town on these guys, didn't allow for anything. And it looks like that's going to be Bold Purpose Gaming moves to the finals because they had 854 to 847. That's going to be a 4-1 for Bold Purpose Gaming. So they will be taking on, I believe it's Far From Good. Far From Good going to be an excellent opponent for Bold Purpose Gaming. Going to go ahead and report the score right now for these guys, as we will see them move by Rising once more. Rising once more, of course, looking super strong in that last game, but just not enough to really follow up with the victory there. So I'm going to head to a break, guys. When I'm back, Far From Good and Bold Purpose Gaming in our grand finals. Stay tuned.
Houston, there's no moment in history where I could stand and say, Overwatch begins here, now.
Don't wanna hear it when you tell me you want to stay. Wanna believe it. Want you to show me you really care. And I won't wait for you to make your mind. It's now or never, boy, let's redefine. I've been waiting for you.
Welcome back, everybody, to the AG Weekly number 1. We are in our grand final match of the night, Far From Good up against Bold Purpose Gaming. I am psyched for this final. I think these two teams have looked tremendous in the last two games that we saw from them. So super happy to have these teams in the finals. Let's go ahead and head over to OW Draft to check out what's going to be heading over here. It looks like Hanamir already banned away there by Bold Purpose Gaming, coming out with the first ban. I have to see if we're going to have any King of the Hill. I want to see some King of the Hill. I know a lot of players don't enjoy playing it. It really kind of pushes towards the 2-2-2 comps, but I really like watching King of the Hill. New Bonnie taken away from Far From Good. Well, Sky Industries down for Bold Purpose Gaming. Come on, give me a King of the Hill map. I'd really like to see some of these, at least like Lijiang Tower, Dorado taken away there. A few maps. We haven't seen any of those 4 maps actually tonight, so not going to see them again, obviously, in this finals. Temple of Anubis taken down there by Bold Purpose Gaming. Each got a few bans remaining to see this final map pool for a best of 3 finals between Bold Purpose Gaming and Far From Good. As these guys just looking super strong here. Waiting for that next ban from Far From Good. It's going to be Nepal. That's going to be the first King of the Hill map done. There goes Ilios. Man, they're listening to me. They don't want to play these King of the Hills. Both of them going down there. Keep Lijiang Tower in the race. Route 66, one more. Get rid of Hollywood, Gibraltar, Kings Row, please. Not Lijiang Tower. Are we going to see it come through? Got about 20 seconds here. This is killing me, Smalls. This is killing me here. If we do see Lijiang banned, we will have the same map pool we saw in the last map, or the last series. And it looks like Lijiang will be taken down there, so it will be Gibraltar, Hollywood, and Kings Row once again. We saw in the last series here. So, once again, no King of the Hill, but of course, if this is tied up after the best of threes has ended, it will go to Lijiang Tower automatically to settle the tiebreaker. Watch your point, Gibraltar. Going to be the third map for us right here. Second map will be either Kings Row or Hollywood. It's going to be Kings Row as the first map in our best of three series here. Let's head over to the game, see if these teams are ready to go here. In our final series of the evening between Far From Good and Bold Purpose Gaming. Excited to see the snipers go at it. Man, Far From Good had their sniper, Sevar. Oops, yep. I didn't change the map. That is my mistake right there. There we go. Sevar went off on Hollywood. Have to see if he's going to move to the sniper as well. They are good to go. Okay, just double checking, making sure they're good to go. Our final series of the evening, guys. This should be a close one. These guys look super strong. Super strong in their semifinal matchups. Sevar is going to be taking us to see his Widowmaker, it seems. This is pretty much what they ran in their semifinal matchups. Taking the Junkrat with that Reinhardt, Kenny on the the Mercy there, Chicken Waffle taking the Lucio with the Adachu on the McCree, and Sevar on that Widowmaker. So excited to see that Widowmaker come out here from Sevar. Of course, nothing really on the line for these guys. Maybe a little bit of pride. You know, just definitely getting some good practice in with these guys in this tournament setting. Of course, next week we will include Match Reno. So there's definitely a possibility for a match pool, a prize pool next week. I'm expecting Tay to possibly keep that Pharah, to be honest. If he saw the series with Sevar, this is definitely what they're going to do, because they got to be able to take him out. Verbo, actually, this is actually a very good map for the Pharah, able to get over that wall and look for a lot of poke, to be quite honest. So Tay going to be on the Pharah, Firefox with the Reinhardt, Timmy on the Lucio, Mercy coming out from AK, Natsu with the Zarya, and Verbo going to be taking that McCree. So they are not going to keep the Widowmaker. They're going to rely on the Pharah here. Here he comes over the wall now. Almost gets picked off by the Widowmaker. He's going right after him. He doesn't know where he's at, but he's going right after him. Oh, just getting taken out 50 HP for himself now. Needs to be very careful. If he gets hit once, he's done for. Just going around the side now. Needs some heals. 18 HP. He's going to get healed up by the Mercy. Oh, does he get taken down there by Sevar? Sevar coming in clutch with that snipe. Able to take down the first victim of this game. Looking for another one as they do regroup around the corner. Verbo swapping over to the Widowmaker. They know they have to be able to deal with him. So he's going to come around with the Widowmaker, and they are just all going to go right up to the side. There's the kill onto Verbo. Potentially almost gets to it. Gets the third. Verbo going to be sniped down there. Looking for the kill onto the Zarya. Now the Zarya getting super low. It's going to be sniped off by Sevar. Sevar just going off right now. Going to town. Picks off Timmy as well. Timmy not getting away from this Widowmaker. And they have 4 ultimates available. Infrasight is available. They do have the Resurrect, but AK probably going to have his Resurrect available as well. Chicken Waffle, little ahead in terms of sound barrier. About 20%.
No one can
But Earth Shatter is still available on the side of Anthony, so that if they make a push here, he could bring down the Earth Shatter. That's probably what he's going to do. Probably looking for it on the left-hand side here if they clump together. We actually have the Winston Firefox way in the back line right now, looking to get the kill onto the Widowmaker. Does take him down. Firefox is down. There's the Earthshatter not coming down just yet. Haven't decided to use it. Looking for the kill on the McCree. They get taken down. 3 guys off the board here. Bold Purpose Gaming struggling to get anything going. AK going to be swiped to death by the Reinhardt there. Tay swapping over to the Genji. Nothing really working out for him thus far. Sound barrier is available on the side of blue. Chicken Waffle has that all ready to go if they happen to get pushed back a bit. Timmy is still 30% away now. Resurrect available for both these teams as well. We'll have to see if they're going to be able to get that up. Genji looking for the Winston. Excuse me. Oh man, the Winston and the Genji. The double Winston and Genji all going after Sevar. Sevar able to keep himself alive still with the support of his teammates. Looking for better vantage points on the other side of the map now. Does use that infosight. He knows exactly where they're at. He knows where they're coming from, and it looks like the Winston's trying to get on top of the sound barrier coming out for the red team, or blue team, excuse me. They're going to be able to take it down. There's the sound barrier on the defensive side and the offensive side. Both of them bringing it down for their teammates here. Nice reflect coming out there from Tay. There is the Earthshatter from Anthony. Anthony looking for a charge, takes out Timmy in the process. That's an excellent Earthshatter. Couldn't have asked for a better target there, except aside from that Lucio. And able to force back Bold Purpose Gaming once again, who made a bit of a push. That was a very good push, but just not able to capitalize too much on it. Kenny still does have his Resurrect. Resurrect been used on the side of Bold Purpose. Both teams using that sound barrier. Prox potentially looking for the Riptire as well. Probably going to try and force them back even more if he's going to pull that out in a matter of seconds once they regroup. Looking for some easy poke right now and actually able to get them in the trap. Oh man, forces the Primal Rage from Firefox already. Firefox going on a double Primal Rage coming out from these Winstons. Sevar looking for the pokes. Tavon. Tay looking for the kill onto it. Able to finish him off finally. Tay able to deal with a nice Earthshatter coming out from Anthony Wall. Able to pick off one Winston. Take down 2 Winstons. There's the Resurrect though. A huge Resurrect from AK. Able to get back both Winstons. There's the sound barrier coming out for the road team though. And it looks like he's going to town. High Noon coming out for Verbo. Oh my goodness. Anthony with the pin down onto the High Noon. What a play coming out from Anthony, and a successful hold once again from Far From Good. Couldn't have asked for a better Reinhardt play, to be quite honest. Excellent Earthshatter, followed up onto the perfect target twice with the pin down. Oh my goodness. Anthony is on fire. Does have that Earthshatter available again. They still have that Mercy Res as well. Nice little pick from Natsu. Needs to back off, get some heals for his team. Timmy does have that sound barrier up in about 20% now. Farah is actually up as well. Tay swapped from the Genji. There's the, oh my goodness, does get taken down as well. But there's the Resurrect coming out from Kenny Anthony, trying to do what he can right here. Hidachu, oh excuse me, able to take down Tay. There's the Resurrect from AK though. They're all back up into the fray of this fight. There's the sound barrier on the side of Tay. Tay's team on red here, looking for a few kills with the Farah. Might be able to finally push them off this node and make a successful hold. Bold Purpose Gaming coming out clutch with these Resurrects, and they force them all back here. Look at the positioning. Look at where these guys are at right now. Able to be able to get this and force them all the way back towards that spawn node, and ultimately, that was coming up clutch with that huge Resurrect. Really good Earthshatter coming out there on the side of Firefox as well. Tay does have that barrage available in a matter of seconds. Sevar looking for a couple of targets as well.
You must like me.
Looking to get through that Reinhardt shield. Does have a few projectiles coming his way. Needs to be careful. There is sound barrier coming out there. Able to pick off the barrage. Maybe a little loose. Oh man, a little late there. Natsu going to be able to take him out there. He's going to be taken out as well. There's the Resurrect coming out onto these guys. Tay back up to the mix of things. So is Natsu looking for the kills onto that Junkrat. Able to take down his trap and continue to move forward with this payload. Bold Purpose Gaming doing an excellent job after that very late push on their end. And forcing all 6 of them back towards that spawn, and probably getting super close to taking the second objective. I'm not so sure they're going to be able to take it right here. They're going to have to win another team fight, because I don't think that we're going to have Far From Good back off anytime soon. Nice Earthshatter coming out there from Firefox. Lands in on a couple of these guys, forcing them way back. Anthony's actually down now, so is Hidachu and Chicken Waffle. Sevar is the only guy remaining, just way up top, looking for something here. Not really able to get anything going. That Farah is sitting on top of him. Took him down once before. And he's just looking for some heals for his teammates right now. As Tay's going to be looking for him as soon as he turns that corner. Tay doing Great job of keeping the pressure up. The Mercy gets some heals back onto the Widowmaker. The Widowmaker's so low right now. Needs to get down. Does get some heals once again. Looking for the kill. Tay has 29 HP remaining. Junkrat looking for something as well. No one able to take him down just yet. Anthony all taken out once again. We actually have the high noon coming out from Verbo, I believe. No, that came out from Idachi, who was forced to cancel it, if I'm not mistaken. It procs taken down. Excellent play from Tape. Just going to town. Does have that barrage. Oh man, the Earth Shatter going to connect though and take him fully down at about a 42 HP before that Earth Shatter came out there. It looks like they canceled. Oh man, no, it wasn't even canceled. Natsu came out there with the high noon. Lands it onto a couple of guys, if I'm not mistaken. But doesn't quite take down that Reinhardt. There's the high noon coming out as well. Didn't really land much as... Man, there it comes from Verbo. Verbo not able to get anyone. Actually gets Kenny and Chicken with it, if I'm not mistaken. And a successful push from Bold Purpose Gaming coming out there. Oh man, able to follow up onto that Riptire. Rocket Barrage as well from Tay. They are going to town now. Far from good. Are far from successful on this map right here. And they are going to be... Oh man, it's like knockoff on Anthony. Trying to get back up into this mix, but... Man, the Rocket Barrage coming out there from Tay. Here's the Riptire. Riptire a little too late though. That's going to be a successful push from Bold Purpose Gaming. Coming up 1-0 in this series. Wow, that Resurrect from AK. Getting 3 of those guys. That was a clutch Resurrect for those guys. Still coming up with the win regardless. Bold Purpose Gaming moving up 1-0. We are going to see now the... it's going to be an 8:01 time actually for them. Got to keep track of that. 8:01 time here on Kings Row. I have to see if Far From Good's able to beat that. Will they be able to match this series? Make it a 2-1? It's either going to be a 2-0 or 2-1 right here. Clearly not going to be a 1-1, so... I just want to see a third map between these guys. Haven't gotten to a third map in either of those semifinals, being pretty much blowouts for the most part. We did have a map being taken in the last semifinal. Composition-wise, though, Bold Purpose Gaming on the defense. Going to be putting Tay on the 76. Verbo looks to be on the McCree now. Firefox sticking with that powerful Reinhardt. Man, has he done an excellent job with Reinhardt in this tournament. AK on the Mercy. Natsu. That Junkrat and Timmy. Going to be sticking to the Lucio.
I've still got it.
So in this case, if we do have Bold Purpose Gaming successfully defend, they will go up 2-0 in this series. If Far From Good wins this in a time 8:01 or better, or 8 minutes and better, 8:01, it would just be 1-1. 8 minutes or better, they would go up 2-1 in this series. If it takes them longer than 8 minutes, they will be down 2-1 in this series. So both teams successfully defend, if both teams are successful in offense, they get the point, so it'd be 1-1, but the better team, better time rather, gets the second point, so. Looks like Proc's gonna be taking the Winston Chicken. It's gonna be taking the McCree. They got the 76 with the Dachu. Sevar is on the Widowmaker as well. Looking forward to seeing what he's going to be able to do with this. They've got the double Winston though with Anthony as well. And they're going very aggressive with Chicken and Prox both taken down. No Widow on the side of Bold Purpose. Just kind of going to be able to pick him off without any pressure onto him whatsoever. But the rest of his team just kind of fell. The double Winston wasn't so successful in that first push. Just trying to get something going right away. Trying to be super aggressive with it. Going the aggression once again, bringing down that shield, going to be eliminated very fast there. Of course, 76 up top, doing what he can. He's looking for the 76 right there. It doesn't quite land the reach to him, but Are going to see him try and go back around the backside here. Firefox is taken down. So is Tay, but Proc's taken down as well. Looking for the kill. Picks up the kill on the Natsu. Natsu is down. That's going to be a 4-man wipe. Looking for the Lucio as well. Does find him. Timmy taken down. There's a Resurrect, though, coming out for the blue team. Huge Earthshatter coming out there for Firefox. Firefox going to town. He's going to be swiped away by Anthony. Anthony and company probably going to come up big with the first capture point, taking them a lot less time. Oh, man, that Junkrat Riptire, though. Mercy trying to do what he can with what she can with the pistol, but not quite going to be enough. And I thought that was a full capture. Natsu getting a couple kills there. There's the sound barrier coming out on the side of the red team, but still not quite getting it for themselves. And finally coming up with it there. Oh, I believe that was about 3 minutes faster for Far From Good. Full Purpose Gaming need to make a really good hold here in the next few minutes if they want to come out on top after this game. Game 0 was a fairly balanced map. I talked about this earlier, so seeing both teams successful on it is not surprising. Just kind of goes down to the time. Bold Purpose Gaming, very slow, I'd say. Somewhat slow on that last map, taking up over 8 minutes. So we'll have to see what Far From Good's going to be able to do here. Oh man, just getting pinned down there. There's the ultimate coming out there from Anthony, but the sight's coming out on the side of Tay. Looking for a decent amount of pressure onto these guys. Sevar, oh man, getting taken down there from the Pulse the Rockets coming out there from the 76. He's just going to town on these Winstons now. The Winston getting taken down. Proc's going to be taken down. There's the 5-man wipe on the side of Far From Good. A successful hold from Bold Purpose Gaming. Firefox does have that Earthshatter available, guys. You got to remember that they do have the Earthshatter. About 50% on the Resurrect. Might not be up for that next team fight, but do have Sound Barrier as well. That's something that Kenny is getting close to, about 85%. Probably going to wait before they take a huge team fight for that Sound Barrier, so he should have that up for the next fight. Sevar, of course, still does have that Infra Sight. Is going to drop it. Looking for a couple picks ups. Looking for the 76. Almost picks him off. Look for that Junkrat now. There's the Sound Barrier coming out for the blue team. Nice pin. Oh, man, coming out there on the Procs. Chicken Waffle going to be taken down as well. Looking to swing that hammer around. I liked that Sound Barrier on the side of Timmy. And there's the sights coming out from Idachu. I didn't like that, though. He had the Reinhardt shield in front of him. Not so sure on that tactical visor coming out there from Idachu. Really wasn't able to do a whole lot with him. Taken down very quick there. Perhaps wanted to get it out, though, so he could just swap to the Pharah. Did swap to the Pharah immediately after that, so possibly that was his thinking. Hey guys, I'm going to use my tactical visor right here. Doesn't even matter if I get any kills. I just need to use it and get over to Pharah, because Pharah's going to really help us out. Looking for a lot of damage into that cord area. He's able to land a lot of hits, actually, so do have ultimates. There is the Sound Barrier on the side of the red team, but taken down immediately by Verbo. Verbo does have that Deadeye available as well. Does get taken down as he took down Chicken Waffle. And a successful hold once again on the side of Bold Purpose Gaming. There's the Primal Rage coming out on the side of the red team, but Prox is going to be taken down. Kind of a one-man army right there. Anthony, of course, is on that Reinhardt, so they don't have that double Winston aggression anymore. Just pretty much something. Oh man, Prox also changing over to the Junkrat, so they're going back to their kind of roots from what we saw from them earlier. The Winston really not panning out for him. See Firefox and harassed a little bit by Idachu. Just up in the sky. There's the high noon coming out from Verbo. Verbo able to take down Chicken Waffle and Sevar. Sevar not going to be able to put out a whole lot of pressure when he's dead now. Looking for the kill on the Proc. Oh man, Proc's not quite getting taken down there. There's the Earthshatter coming out on the side of Anthony All, but the Resurrect, amazing Resurrect coming out from AK, able to get a couple of these guys up. Anthony going to be taken down now. And that's going to force Far From Good off this payload once again, guys. They've got 3 minutes remaining to get that rest of that way to that second checkpoint here. Pharah, good harassment. And Chicken Waffle taken down. Idachu trying to do what he can. Going up in the air. Has that barrage available. Is going to use it. Gets taken out immediately. Though Sevar actually swapped over to the Genji. It's getting off that Widowmaker. It felt like it was not being useful enough. There is the Earthshatter coming out on the side of Anthony. Or Firefox, rather. Picks up 2 kills for himself. Verbo able to pick up a couple as well. Sevar going to pick off Firefox. Here's a Resurrect potentially from AK. Is going to get his teammate back up into that fight. Should have that up. Not in this next fight, probably the one after. I mean, Mercy does have like basically the fastest charging ultimate in this game. so it's not huge that he used that. Just want to make sure they do have that Reinhardt for this next fight because he was taken down there. So Riptire is available. This is an excellent opportunity for Riptire to come out. This is a pretty good corridor for him to use it. We have the tactical visor inside the blue team as we have Trey trying to go to town here in the kind of corner. There's the sound barrier for his own team, and they're looking to make a good hold here. They're going to take down a few guys. Prox, there's the barrage coming out there from Idachu. He's going to be taken down immediately by that 76. And it looks like the Junkrat running for his life. Tay going around the backside, able to pick him off. 130 here. They've got maybe another couple pushes available for Far From Good. Otherwise, Will Purpose Gaming going to go up 2-0 in this series. Man, Far From Good looks so strong in that first original push. So strong. Doing it 3 minutes faster than Bull Purpose Gaming. But this little corridor right here, it's just such a hard spot for them to get through, it seems. Really not finding an answer. Chicken Waffle back on the Winston. There's the sound barrier coming out on the side of Red Team as Chicken Waffle is taken down. Not going to have their tank for this next fight. Both this Red Team went for the double 76. There's the 5 kills. Prox is the only one remaining. He doesn't have much to live as well. There's the Resurrect onto AK as well. Just to make sure his team is up for this next team fight. Double 76 and the Winston here. Trying out a bunch of different strategies. Just none of them successful for them just yet. Neither of these 76s have tactical visor available for this next team fight, but they're going to have to go without it. There's a Winston trying to hop up, trying to get some backline pressure onto these guys. They do have that Earth Shatter on the side of Anthony. Anthony possibly looking for it right now. Tay almost has that tactical visor available for himself. Oh man, with Firefox not in this fight, nor is Tay. This is a prime opportunity. Man, it looks like Verbo's taking out. That's a 4 or 5 man wide Natsu. Wow. Far From Good coming out on top there. Able to get this last push. That was a last-ditch effort from them. They had to get that, otherwise that would have been game over, pretty much. And now we're going to have a few more minutes to be able to win this game. Oh my goodness, Prox. Prox coming up big with that fall off the map. Probably hoping we didn't see that there. Verbo does have that High Noon available as well. Idachu will have the tactical visor for this next fight. He does have, there's the High Noon. Oh my goodness. Picks off 2 of them, but Chicken Waffle in the back lines. Idachu was taken down as well. He had the tactical visor taken out almost immediately. Chicken Waffle gets sliced and diced. He's going to be taken down by the Reinhardt. There's the incredible res coming out from AK, picking up multiple of their guys. Nazi still has that Riptire now. The sound barrier from Tinny if he needs to use it, but I don't think he's gonna. Is going to get hit up a little bit by Anthony, but Anthony's going to fall down as well. Do have that Junkrat looking for his Riptire as well. He's going to have that available. We'll have to see if he's going to use it. Doesn't want to probably use it when that other Junkrat's trying to poke at him. They're both up top. There's the Earth Shatter coming out from Firefox. Going to pick off Sevar. Looking for 2. Looking for 2. He's going to pick up Idachu as well. Looking for the 3rd one. There's the tire coming out. Are they going to be able to... Prox does get it. Actually, Prox able to pick off Kenny in the process there. Tay taking down the tire, though. Firefox is going to kill off Anthony, and another successful hold on the side of Bold Purpose Gaming. 30 seconds remaining. This is one final team push for Far From Good if they want to be able to win this game. Idachu actually bringing out the sights for himself. Is he going to be able to follow up on anything? I don't think so. Didn't really pick up a whole lot. Actually picked up Verbo and Natsu in the process there. Gets taken down by Verbo himself. Tay and Verbo going to town now. They've got a few seconds remaining. Nice interrupt coming there from Tay. Trying to pick off Kenny. Tenny trying to scooter around there with his rollerblades. Not able to get a whole lot though. Chicken Waffle funneling into this fight. And Anthony now, oh man, that interrupt coming out there from Tay will finish the game. That's going to be a 2-0 for Bold Purpose Gaming. Definitely going to be one of these Mercy reses. This is like the 4th or 5th one. There's a 3-man res. I don't even think, I think he didn't even mean to get his team, this 3rd one up there. It looked pretty unintentional, but came up at the last second. Bold Purpose Gaming up 2-0 in this series. Getting closer and closer to tasting victory in our first ever Academy Gaming weekly tournament. Claiming a grand prize pool of nothing. Have to see as we move over to our second map. Our second map will be Hollywood. As Timmy wanted to restart his game there. Curious to see how Hollywood's going to pan out for these guys. Because we saw in Hollywood, Sevar on defense against Radioactive, I think it was, just go to town against these guys. But Verbo, very good at the Widowmaker as well. We'll have to see if they're both going to bring out the Widowmaker. I love to see Sevar on the Widowmaker. They are going to be on defense first here, so have to see if Far From Good's going to be able to hold off Bold Purpose Gaming and their aggressive pushes throughout Hollywood map. Bold Purpose Gaming, though, they looked so strong when they played up against Rising Once More, taking them down on this map. I believe they got this map in under 4 minutes. So it's really going to come down to, I think, come down to these snipers in the first early push here on Hollywood. But we'll have to wait, just waiting on this guy to get back into the game here. If Bold Purpose Gaming successfully defend and successfully capture, they will be crowned your champions here. Won't even have to move on to the third map. Couple reminders, guys. This is a weekly tournament every Tuesday evening. We might be changing it up. Might make the round of 16. Might make the round of 16 best of ones. This still lasted far longer than I had anticipated. Going on 4 hours right now. So, might make the first round best of ones. We'll have to see. Every Tuesday right here, we'll have a co-caster with me in the future weeks, hopefully. My co-caster tonight, unfortunately, wasn't able to make it, so. What a nerd, I'm already level 56. Trying my best to learn the game, you know? No rival. It's like midnight here, and I've got people trying to sleep, and I'm shouting about Overwatch, but they knew this was coming, so. Small time Guild Wars 2 caster. Oh, you're right on that one. You're right on that one. Remember when it was just Academy Gaming? I can co-cast with you, Storm. We'll talk to you about it, Loker, and we'll see. You'll carry me, okay. On the defense procs, going to be taking the Junkrat Kenny with that Mercy. And the McCree coming out from Idachu. Anthony on the Reinhardt Sevar. Yes, going to be taking the Widowmaker for himself. And Chicken Waffle, we actually saw this from him in the semifinals. Puts down the turret right here. Is going to be taking the Torbjorn.
Enough waiting around.
Have to see what we're going to have on the side of the red team. It's going to be Bold Purpose Gaming.
Ain't much for waiting around.
Looks like Tay going to be on the Genji Verbo with the Pharah. Not sure we're going to see a Bastion. Yeah, Mercy from AK, the double Winston, and the Lucio for these guys. So, really want to see the double Winston from them. They're looking to take out Sevar. They know Sevar is going to be on that sniper. They know how good of a sniper he is. I'll have to see. He's going to go right. Oh, he's going to fail to jump off the wall right there. Does land the shield before he gets knocked, before he gets the flashbang from the McCree there. So that's pretty good. Otherwise, he definitely would have been dead. Looking for the backline pressure as looks like Sevar trying to get some kills onto these guys is going to pick off Firefox in the process. Tay going to take down the Torbjorn. Torbjorn definitely being rendered useless at this point. And a successful push from Bold Purpose Gaming right away. These guys are just tearing them apart. There is no response from Far From Good. The double Winston Pharah Genji is just ripping these guys apart in this first capture point. That will be a very quick cap. And now the payload part of this map. We'll have to see what the response is. Chicken Waffle moving over to the 76. We're going to have Sevar with that infrasight in just a moment here. That's going to be able to pick off a couple of these guys in a matter of seconds. Trying to look for the Winstons. Probably not the best spot. It's going to go up to the way top. Oh, man. Fails the grapple. Looking for the back line. Winston. Winston's going for him. He knows he's there. 76 as well is going to be on top of him. Look at the kill. Gets the Winston. Firefox taken out there. Now they're not going to have one of their Winstons on the aggression here. Sevar actually eliminated. Gets taken down by Verbo, who swapped over to the Widowmaker. So swap from that Pharaoh to the Widowmaker here. Looking to get on top of the other Widowmaker. Is 1-0 right here on the Widow versus Widow. Looking to get that shield down. Just backing off till we get that second Winston available. Looking for the kill onto the 76. 76 does get picked off. Chicken Waffle just chunked down there by the Widow. Looking to get through that shield. It looks like Anthony gonna be taken down as well. Looking for the old man. Prox just sniped off there by Verbo. Verbo, oh my goodness, does he pick him off? Oh, so close, almost gets him. Does get hit with a little damage himself. Verbo needs some heals from his teammates here. As Verbo is going to town. He is on fire. Sevar is down as well. That's 3 guys off the board here. 4 far from good. I feel like this is Bold Purpose Gaming's best map in this entire tournament from what we've seen thus far. Prox has the Riptire available here, but the Winstons are just zoning them out. They're not letting them go anywhere. There's a Technical Visor coming out from Chicken, but Chicken just chunked down so quick by Verbo, who gets the easy snipe onto him. Now we have Tay looking for the Mercy, who's in the back with the Roadhog. We have our first Roadhog of the tournament here from Sevar, who swapped from the Widowmaker to the Roadhog. He's just going to be chunked down. I don't think there's a whole lot he's able to do here. Does get his heal off, but he's going to be taken down regardless. The double Winston. Genji just tearing him apart. They are going to town. McCree not able to do a whole lot with the flashbang. He's not going to be taken down. That's going to be another kill for Tay. He's going to town. The Reaper is now out here on the side of the blue team. Chicken Waffle swapped over to it from the 76 after he got torn apart in his last attempt to force a team fight. Kenny as well is taken down, and they are cruising along with this payload. Idachu does have the High Noon available. This is probably the prime spot for him to use it. Is he going to go ahead? Oh man, there's Verbo. Verbo looking for the kill. Almost picks him off there. Look for the McCree. Does have the Infrasight. Is almost gets him right there. Knows the Junkrat's up top as well. Doesn't want to get picked off from above. Looking to get through that Reinhardt shield. Do have 5 ultimates on the side. Oh man, that Earth Shatter though. Anthony with a huge Earth Shatter, hitting all 5 of them. Gonna eliminate both Tay. Oh man, a huge res as well coming out there from AK. AK gonna be sliced though as well by Anthony. He's gonna be taken down. And finally, the first successful hold on the side of Far From Good, as they are able to take down Bold Purpose Gaming in their final push here on Hollywood. Are going to move it back a little bit here. Does take a bit of a hit to the face there. So does Firefox. Firefox. Oh man, we do have the Dragon Blade available on the side of Tay. We'll have to see. He's going to bring it out here, looking for the kill onto one of them. Pick off Kenny. Does get hit by the McCree though with the flashbang. Flashbang going to connect onto him. Now looking for a kill onto someone else as well. Almost does. Oh man, lands it onto Verbo. Verbo not able to get away though. 85 on that Deadeye. Looking for the back line picks. Waiting for that flashbang to be available for himself. Massive resurrect coming out there for both these guys. It's going to be full 6-on-6. There's the High Noon. Able to interrupt the High Noon. I didn't like the High Noon by Natsu. There's the High Noon coming out there for Idachu. Going to take down Timmy as well. Looking for the kill. Picks up Firefox. Verbo though, however, takes down Kenny. And that's going to be another successful hold for Far From Good.
Guess we gotta work on that, eh?
I have to see. Chicken Waffle is on, I believe, the 4th hero of this game. He went from Torb to 76 to, I believe, Reaper, and now is on McCree. So 4 swaps coming out from him. Maybe finally finding some success with the McCree here. Picks off Idachu. That's a huge target for Verbo. Idachu was tearing him apart, but the Resurrect on the side of the blue team going to bring him right back up. There's going to be a pick off onto Chicken Waffle though. That's going to be another guy down. There's the Resurrect coming out on the side of the red team, able to pick up a couple of their members now and make a full 6-man push into this fight. Looking for the backline picks onto the Mercy though. Is going to be able to take down Kenny. And that's going to be a massive target now. Does have the Infrasight. Looking for the guys coming off respawn. Looking for those guys that he can pick off so they can move this forward. Chicken Waffle going to be taken down. And there's the ultimate from the Roadhog. That will be a successful capture for for Bold Purpose Gaming. Verbo definitely picking up the play of the game. Just going to town on these guys. Picking up a couple. We actually saw this perspective from him. Yeah, picking off procs as well. That's going to be a 6-minute time to beat on the dot. If we do not have 6 minutes or better on the side of Far From Good, Bold Purpose Gaming is going to take this tournament. That will be a 3-0 now for them. They must come out big with this win. Real question is Bold Purpose Gaming. Are they able to defend here? We've seen such great Widow plays from them, from both teams. And this is the map to do it on here. Unfortunately, though, for Far From Good, not able to really capitalize on the Widow plays in the last one. So we'll have to see if they're going to bring out the offensive Widow. Far From Good, a reminder, have to win this in 6 minutes or better. We will let the game go on throughout the entire time. Not going to end it for these guys by any means, though it is getting fairly late here. They are going to look for the symmetric turrets, though, on defense. They're going to bring out the triple Lucio to get them there. Looking for the 6 symmetric turrets right away. That means Timmy will definitely be on the Symmetra. AK will be on the Mercy. Firefox on the Reinhardt. Tay going to be on the Reaper with Verbo on the McCree here. So not going to bring out the sniper from Verbo here. He's going to be sticking to the McCree. Dachu will be taking the 76 for them. Anthony is also on a Symmetra, potentially. No, Anthony on the Reinhardt, as always. Definitely expected. Done such a terrific job on the Reinhardt. Procs with the Winston. Kenny on the solo support with the Lucio Chicken on the McCree and Sivar on the offensive sniper. This very well could be a last round of the evening, guys. Sivar looking for a couple picks. Not going to find anybody, though. Actually, Natsu changes over to the Torbjorn for himself here. Curious to see if they're going to be able to get any picks with Sivar. Sivar, Timmy actually picking up chicken with his turrets, if I'm not mistaken. There's the very aggressive push. Firefox, there's 2 kills coming out for these guys. Anthony going to be taken out, so does Verbo. Verbo a little over-aggressive at that point. Firefox, though, does have that Earth Shatter available. If he's going to be able to pick up, probably going to look for something around that car. Just like they did right there, able to bring out the Earth Shatter for themselves. The snipes from Sivar not landing just yet. We'll have to see if he's able to pick anyone off. Looking for the not able to get over the house there. There's Earth Shatter coming out on the side of Firefox. Able to take out Procs as well. Dash taken down. We do have the snipe getting taken down by Verbo. Verbo coming up huge, taking out Sivar. Another successful hold for Bold Purpose Gaming. And unless Far From Good make a push right now, I'm fairly confident they won't get that 6-minute mark. It's going to be very close. We'll have to see if they're able to come up successful here. Sivar actually moving over to the McCree, taking out the double McCree. Didn't find a whole lot of use in the offensive Widowmaker right there, so they're going to go with that. Verbo is up top. Oh, double shield coming out there. Not able to land that flashbang.
Thank you.
Looks like they're all coming in from the right side. Does have that die up in about a moment here. We're going to look for the flashbang kill. Didn't hit it once again, man. That's unfortunate. Here, oh my goodness. Doesn't quite land a whole lot with that, though. It could have been perfect. There's the Resurrect coming out there on the side of AK. That's going to be massive. Gets up multiple members. There's Earth Shatter coming out there from Anthony, but not going to land on anything. He's going to be taken out by the flashbang. Sivar going to be taken on as well from Verbo. That's going to be a double kill coming out there for the blue team. There's, oh my goodness, what a huge play from Chicken. Taking down all 5 of them right there. All they've got remaining is the Torbjorn and AK. Torbjorn holding on strong. Man, this is a 2v1. Where is the rest of his team? They're trying to come in now. Idachu is here, but the Reinhardt's back as well. The successful hold is here for Bold Purpose Gaming, who need to hold on 2.5 minutes longer. It looked like they had lost that fight, but somehow came through clutch with the Mercy and Torbjorn staying alive on the capture point. There's the High Noon coming out there. Not able to follow up onto anything. Oh man, actually picks him off right there, and Sivar coming up big with that one. There's the Reaper ultimate as well, able to tear these guys apart. That was a huge Reaper ultimate. There's the Resurrect actually coming out on the side of the blue team, able to get up a couple of their members there. Idachu taken down as well. Natsu gonna be able to finish him off. Still have that Deadeye on the side of Furbo.
Armor here. Much obliged.
And going to be able to hold off once again. Maybe a couple of more pushes available on the side from Far From Good. They've got maybe about time for 2 more here, but they definitely want to get it as quick as possible. We'll have to see if they're going to be able to do just that. They did swap over to the 76. Have to see from the double McCree, so they don't have any ultimates available aside from Prox's Primal Rage. They've done a good job of taking these guys down this far, but the Resurrects have been too much for him to handle. Prox already going to be taken down before actually using the Primal Rage. Didn't even get his Primal Rage off. That is so unfortunate. The Reinhardt going right on by him right there, and he's so low, 42 HP, almost being chunked down. Does get taken down by Tay, and that will be the end of him. They've got maybe another 2 now. I said 2 before, but that last one was shut down fairly quick. This is probably going to be the final push on the side of Far From Good if they want to be able to take this. The 6 minutes is definitely gone, unfortunately, but still trying to win the game, still trying to have some fun here. Here's the final push from these guys. There is the Firefox coming out with a huge, oh my goodness, Furbo coming up with a huge Deadeye right there, taking down 5 of them. And now because that ended so fast, I'm saying it again, they have 1 more push. I didn't think that fight would end so fast, but it was a huge earth shatter that came down on the side of Firefox. Furbo followed up immediately from up top with that Deadeye, able to just nail them down. And that was the end of that on the side of Far From Good. And here's the High Noon coming out there from Sivar. Sivar doesn't quite connect on anybody. Torbjorn coming out with 2 kills. Sivar able to take down Natsu though. There is the drop the beat coming out there. Oh man, did you see how high that Reinhardt? Reinhardt able to land the Earth Shadow regardless of the sound barrier that had come out there. And it looks like we are going to see Blue hold on, successfully defend there. And that will be Far From Good. Taking 2nd place, perhaps? No, the Ferric ultimate coming out, but it's just a little too late. Are they able to hold on? Chicken Waffle gets taken out from the Fan the Hammer up in the air there. And that's going to be the end of the tournament. Bull Purpose Gaming coming out with the 1st place victory. 4-0 over Far From Good, who take the 2nd place. This is it right here. You know, 100% all set up by that Reinhardt Earth Shatter. Oh, no, this isn't it. This is a different one. I'm very surprised that happened to be the one. Well, maybe that was. I thought he had came up from on top. I don't know. There's too many High Noons there. Anyhow, congratulations to Bold Purpose Gaming coming out with their 1st place victory. Far From Good taking 2nd place there. That is the end of the tournament, guys. A few things before I head out here. If you guys are interested in playing in the AG Weekly, you can sign up. Sign-ups for next week are below. Battlefy.com/academy-gaming. They are available next week. We will be including Matcherino, so there's definitely a possibility for a prize pool to be there. We're going to allow that to be opened up to people to donate to it, so it's definitely potential for it. Other than that, big shout out to Overwatch-teamup.com for help advertising the tournament. Be sure to hit up their website if you're looking for a team or looking for individuals for your team. I am going to put the VODs of this tournament up on YouTube later tonight, so check out youtube.com/GameWithStorm. Tournament VODs will be up later tonight or tomorrow. Other than that, that is going to be it from me, guys. Hope to see you back next Tuesday for the Overwatch Weekly. Have a good night, and we'll see you then.
Don't worry, my friend, it's all just a game. Anyhow, see you on the other side. See you on the other side. See through broken glasses, no law that says to thrive.